I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been the best. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big daughters. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh Lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He thrown into the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ7000 to debate me. I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? Why you lying? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, I'm dope and wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as a village, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I be the best. Yeah. Man, they know they no contest. Yeah. Yahuwah, he get the best. Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm setting on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah. Welcome to the den. Welcome to the den. This is Karima. We back at it again. How you doing, Queen?
Lovely. Shalom to everybody that's watching. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. And you know what we do around here, man. JJ, he don't get too much rest because it's always my ears is always ringing, and then it be on the sumo alert. You know what I'm saying? It be on my ears be ringing, lead me to the direction of where these people are trying to tear down the Bible and misinform our people with misinformation. So Sonetta and his atheist feminists feared JJ7000 line of questioning. They came on there talking about Malcolm X was moving towards atheism at the end of his life, but we know there is no source for that. I asked him when I first come on there, give me 7 good reasons why we should become an atheist. Because all y'all did when you was on there was cry about the Bible. This was your chance to prove to 8,000-9,000 people who that's going to eventually see the show why it's best for us to become atheists. So then they get offended when I asked them, well, who's the father of atheism? They didn't know. So I said, Friedrich Nietzsche. And they tried to correct my pronunciation of the name as if they knew who this guy was. So then they pretended all of a sudden. See, if you would have said it right, we probably, these condescending type of responses. She also mentioned that there's no central Black atheist movement. So how is this going to help our people? She said something about a Dr. J. Carter Woodson, who came up with the Black History Month. I said, well, in that Black History Month, they talking about Freddie Douglass, a Bible believer, Harriet Tubman, a person who used the Bible to help liberate her, because they were talking about the Bible cannot liberate us. These people, these atheists, this shit has got to stop. She said praying didn't help our people. Not at all. Praying did not help our people. But our people are spiritual people, whether they believe in our way of thinking or their way of thinking. We are some praying people. People over in Africa prayed, did rituals, did libations. And you want to come in here and you don't even know who the father of this atheist movement is. What type of atheist are you? Are you a positive atheist? There's different branches of atheists. You could have got into that. You taught us nothing about atheists. All we know that is what you identify with, and you came on here and you bashed the Bible the whole show, talking about slaves obey your master. You're not even reading the context of that scripture. And if it was talking about something spiritual. You don't know. You just regurgitate something that they've been saying since 2013. You ain't telling us nothing new. It's something that get in the way trying to protect them. But other people who agree with them can come on this platform and they can have a regular conversation with them. It's okay because it's an echo chamber. When these types come on the platform, because Sarnetta protects them. Then she went to say, because like I said, look, I take notes of what people say on the show. So when I come on and ask questions, I got something to ask. None of them people that came on there asked anything. Well, they never take notes. They never take notes. They just come on there. So you said that Christians are hypocritical, and I'm like, is that only Christians? Are Christians the only horrible people? You said the Christians were horrible. Are they not? So is that the only horrible people in the United States? You can't make a blanket statement like that. Then you said the reason other thing that turned you off about the church was the white Jesus image. Okay, we passed that. Ain't nobody tripping on. Everybody know Jesus is not white. You said that reading the Bible, it was creepy. I mean, I have read the Bible. I never got creeped out about the Bible. Never. She said there was too many restrictions on religion. Maybe he was under the wrong teacher. What else you got over here? Okay. Those are some of the quick notes that I had down. Let's see. Why don't all of you who feel some type of way I want to ask you, why don't you who feel some type of way about the Bible get together and change the world? Why ain't y'all getting together where y'all can, instead of complaining about the Bible, crying about, you had a whole hour and 15 minutes to teach us about atheism and how it can be better for us. What else you say? That's pretty much it, but it was just that, and what else that got to me was just the way that when somebody come on there that agrees with them, they can have a regular conversation. It's okay. But when they feel somebody that's, okay, and it ain't got to be because I was very respectful, very humble with my line of questioning. It's just that they got on the fence. You know. So let's go ahead and who we got in the audience here? Who is hey Jerry Curtin, I'm glad to see you on the YouTube channel because there's not a lot of people that really we kind of don't really hang out on Facebook no more because they got too many damn restrictions and stuff like that. But what does your statement say? Yep. When I'm blessing my spiritual music, they say it scared them. Right. They can get somewhere and sit down somewhere, man. Them demons in them, y'all. That's what they got. So these atheist Jezebels, feminists were so rude to me, and this is why I'm calling y'all that the spirit that you carry. You want to be treated with respect, treat people accordingly. And then the crazy part, we're not going to put on, JJ, it's their show. So just because it's their show and the question, if it's the question part, why are they asking the people come in questions? That makes no sense. Well, go ahead, Karima. Let's go ahead and start. And we're going to start off with the video, and we're going to show how relaxed they are with someone like a cube who don't believe in the Bible. You know what I mean? So they're in agreement with him. So they can talk long times, 5-10 minutes together. But when JJ come in and show them the things that they said, now it's like a hurry up, nigga. And I get 3 words in my mouth. It's an interruption thing. So I'm going to stop that and show y'all that as well. All right, let's go ahead, Karina. Please and thank you. Then one more thing, they never came with a solution. They never came with okay, well, here's the alternative, y'all. Because when I asked them that, they couldn't give me nothing. So here we go. We're gonna start. You can go check this out on Sunday the TV. The name of it is. Hold on, let me look up the name of it real quick, so I can give them a shout out to, so y'all can check out the full video. Don't just take it from me. Women of color beyond belief, the real movement. And then look at this. And women of color, beyond belief, meaning they don't believe in no more, they're atheists. But then it says the real movement, but there is no movement. You couldn't even tell me the type of atheist that you are. Neither one of you disrespectful ladies. Condescending, arrogant with your goddamn nose in here. You probably ain't read 3 of them books you got in the background. Because if you did, you have a little bit more common sense. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Please and thank you.
Cool, wonderful.
Did you just hear that exchange, Brother Q? What went through your mind when you heard that?
Unfortunately, I wish I hadn't. This is part of the delusion. This is part of the spell, and it's working magnanimously, shall I say? But
just to let the sisters know, this is Cube. He is also an atheist. So go ahead and speak, Cube.
Right.
Cube,
Right.
I'm digging the whole look, sir. I'm digging the entire look.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet you is digging the devil horns.
I'm digging
Jezebel
too. But hey, that's the. but let me say this though. The brother said, because I was writing down a few things that he said, which and Sister Cynthia was correct when she said that he was using a no Scotsman fallacy. But firstly, the brother said that, being a Christian isn't about believing in a religion, but it's about having a relationship with Christ. But what I find interesting is this is the same brother
can you just stop real quick,
who
please?
said that he threw away his Christian time.
See, y'all ever notice when atheists get to trying to talk about their atheism, it's nothing but a crybaby fest. This was y'all time to teach about atheists and atheist core values and the differences and the different thoughts of atheism. Are you a positive atheism? Are you, what different? Because all of you say, well, we're not all the same type of atheists. Some of you do believe, they got different beliefs. And they didn't teach us nothing. So they were a waste of time. We got enough people. You have enough people on your platform that cry about the Bible. We don't need 2 more that can't even handle the line of questioning when it comes to their stuff. Oh, this they show. So Simon said, this they show. So that gives them the right to be rude to the people that come on and ask questions? Is that where the show headed? Because if it is, I want to do a show tomorrow. And any of these goddamn clowns that come on there, I'm gonna tell them to shut the hell up. Be quiet. No, I'm talking. It's my show. I get to interrupt you. And nah, that ain't how that shit work, bro. And I asked her when she kept interrupting me. I looked at Sonny and said, are you serious? And Sonny told me, yeah, we serious. Bro, how you trying to do better? And this is the way you conducting yourself with your guests and letting them come on disrespect people, bro. Something got to change, man. You can't say in 1 minute you want to grow and work together and all this. Let's put all the bullshit to the side, and you're going back to the same goddamn bullshit tactics when these atheists come onto the show, and you want to try to protect them, and then try to point the finger like I'm being disrespectful, bro. This is why I slow tapes down for you, so you can look in the mirror, man, before your actions. Let's go, Kareem. Please and thank you.
Title that he was a minister or pastor for upwards of 30 years to become a Black Hebrew Israelite. So if the case is being a Christian isn't about a religion, then why would you have to throw away being a Christian to be a Black Hebrew Israelite? Wouldn't you be a Black Christian Hebrew Israelite? You see what I'm saying? But yeah. What I understand with dealing with a lot of these people is that logic is not their foundation, neither is reality. So this is what we're thusly, forced to deal with. But I wanted to ask that question to that brother, and now that he's gone, it is what it is. But
see, you don't even have no atheist questions for her. Come on, bro.
But Mandisa Thomas, I've actually been following you for a few years. Just a quick backstory about myself. I was a person who was a fake Black Hebrew Israelite, and I do put fake in front of it because I do not believe that Hebrew Israelites are Black. So I was a fake Black Hebrew Israelite, and one thing that I did was I wanted to strengthen my faith in God. Back in 2018, I wanted to strengthen my faith in God. So what I began to do is I began to look at what science said, and I began to look at, what the philosophers said about this whole God thing. And once I actually began to do that, I switched sides. And I said, none of this makes any sense. And I remember there was a
hey, Kareem, stop it one more time.
There was
please.
A video with you, Aaron Ra.
So another is he asking questions or is this a testimonial? I mean, I don't care either way or the other. But when it's my turn, I should be able to do the same goddamn thing. I came over here to try to read the notes of what they said. They hurried up and, okay, can you just tell us one at a time? No, let me read what I got. You got to stop bringing these weak guests on here. You need to warn them. When they come on, it's a possibility there's going to be some people on there who don't agree with them or not even agree with them, but have some questions about some of the information that I think that somebody might think is misleading. Like Malcolm X was becoming an atheist at the end. At close to the end of his life, but then you say, well, I don't have a source for that. So why in the hell would you say it? Misleading the people. All right, Kramer. Thank you.
And there was another brother, I want to say he was a professor from North Carolina A&T, I think.
Yes, you're referring to Chris Cameron,
right?
Who is at UNC Charlotte, who wrote
the
book Black Freethinkers.
Oh
yeah.
my!
Excellent book, by the way.
Yeah.
Excellent book.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man, wonderful. That right there, that set me on a pace to be where I am now, because I'm just be honest with you, just by way of seeing Black people not believe, it helped me, because right now, like I'm from Miami, Florida, but I now live in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, to where the whole Bible Belt thing. So I understand it. So like that interview right there 4 years ago, 2018, approximately September, like, yo, that right there did wonders for me, man. Wonders for me. And I appreciate you guys for being a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to ask this, since I'm here to ask a question, if I may. So I'm evolving as an atheist, you know, as we all do, because when you first come in, you're gung ho, you're totally against X, Y, or Z. But what you then begin to do is you begin to settle into who you are and where you want to go forward. So, what I've now come forward with is that I want to build community and help people. So, my question to you guys is: would you sisters be opposed to an atheist church? Now let me finish. I know you're about to say. I know you're about to look crazy.
No. No.
Stop right there real quick.
Go
Stop right quick. An atheist church, that's religion, bro.
Right.
Yeah, but they want to hide it under the guise as if they're not religiously with their beliefs. They religiously want to attack people who subscribe to a Bible. Then when we religiously come back and say, when have our people ever looked up and just say, no, there is no creator? Then you ask them, well, who is the father of atheism? Yeah, they can't even tell you. None of these idiots can tell you on this panel. When I say this panel, I'm talking about that panel over there. But they want to come in here and cry about the Bible and how, well, I quit religion and then quit the church because, I wanted to sing soprano and they put me at baritone. Shit like that. Little simple shit. And then you want to, and if it's about atheism, why ain't you on here teaching about some of that stuff? And then you got on your title, it's a movement, but then you say then you contradict yourself in the video and you say it's not a movement. Which one is it? I mean, what's the title of that again? The Sisters of, well, let me find this. Hold up. Let me find this title for that show.
Women of Color Beyond Belief, the real movement.
A real movement. A movement of a bunch of individuals that don't even have nothing to bring them up under one accord. Women and men atheists. But this is a women's movement. So this is, it says women. So this is a kind of feminist type thing too. And they get intimidated when an alpha come on the scene because they want to be the overpowering alpha in there. Somebody who's submissive to them all the goddamn time. And their ideas go, and that's the way it goes. No, it don't work like that with everybody. So look how they cheesing and smiling when they all in agreement. But when the real questions come up, now watch the body language and everything change in this situation. Let's go. Please and thank you.
The word church is just a placeholder for what I'm about to say. So would you sisters be opposed to an atheist church with all the bells and whistles associated with an actual church, minus the threat of hellfire, death, sin, and God? Now we understand. Well, go ahead. You want to say something?
Oh no. I'll let you finish your. I mean, if you want to finish your thought, that's fine. Yeah, no, go ahead. And
I have some thoughts about that too, but continue.
Right. And see, I use the word church because it's difficult for people to understand the community that I'm trying to build with a different word. But people understand church, and people understand what the church represents. The church represents a place that we can all come together, commune, commiserate, and things of that nature. Now, we don't necessarily have to use that word, but I use that word so people can understand. So would you guys be opposed to
this dude confused as hell, Karima?
Actually, we're all doing that right now.
If
you said you're in Charlotte, you're in the Charlotte area, we have an affiliate of Black non-believers in Charlotte.
Yep.
I know that there have been folks who have jokingly referred to like the Sunday Assembly organization as an atheist church. But my reservations about using the word church, especially for those of us who either have never grown up in it or those who have had these traumatic indoctrinated experiences with the church. the word church for a lot of atheists can be very off-putting. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, developing community organizations, which I think that, you know, a lot of these churches are. But even the concept of community is evolving. And as we've seen, many churches have not. And so I think that when it comes to, and the religious community does not have the monopoly on fellowship.
Okay, here it is.
What was that? Who are you telling me to be quiet to?
No, I don't know. Black Non-Believers Church. The mission of Black Non-Believers: provide secular fellowship, nurture and support non-believers coming out. Openly and identify, I am a non-believer. Encourage pride in non-religious identities, whatever that is, y'all. All right. Black Non-Believers is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So they, as you can see, they're getting help from the government. They're getting help from the government. So I mean, I don't know, man. Y'all get on it. Y'all get on the camps for being for 501c3. So what's the difference with y'all doing it? Well, hey, to each his own. But there's a start for you. Some of you guys, they build it, and then that's their goal. Y'all see their goal? Nothing. Just to give you an identity of being a non-believer. What do you think about their goal and mission, Kareem, and what I read so far?
It's crazy. They might as well join the devil worship church.
Yeah, look how happy you looking, y'all. Oh, devil. And she said, oh, I like that look. They ain't nothing but some undercover Satanists, man. Y'all don't sit down somewhere. All right, let's keep it going. Watch the fear. Hey, they flee when the truth comes. Then they ain't all happy-go-lucky when 7,000 come on. Watch.
On socialization, on education, on information, and bringing Black folks together. Now, do they have a head start? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But these are things that we've been working on, especially with Black non-believers for the past 11 years. So it's not that we have to reinvent any wheels in any way, but we do what people in communities have always done. It's just a matter of, and we realize that a lot of people who come out of religious communities may not realize that these are things that have been taking place for a long time. Hey, so, you know, even though it may be new to
See, this ain't nothing but a guise of a feminist movement. As you read, when you read more into this art, this what I'm reading here, you know, if it's Black non-believers, why do all of they got to put this in here? Women of color beyond belief is approaching. Why aren't you talking to the whole audience? Yes, non-believers. You know, the belief is approaching. No, it's like women of color. This ain't nothing but a goddamn feminist movement with the guise of atheism and Satanism. It's bullshit. I see straight through y'all. Let's go, Karina. Please and thank you.
A lot of people, and we understand that, but that's why we continue to do what we do, because we are showing that there are many of us who are gathering, we are building community, we are supporting each other. Because like you said, once you get to that place where you are settled, when you are liberated from your religious indoctrination, now you may want to find others. You know, you want to connect in a tangible way with more of us, and that is okay. So yeah, these are things that we have been doing for some time now, and I'll let Cynthia respond to that as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's great that you want to try to help build more community, especially like for people like us to have like a safe space where they can be who they are without judgment, right? I actually know a person who was looking to start an organization so that they can kind of build some of the work that they've been doing. And they were going to do it under the guise of a church. And it was specifically just so that they can get the tax breaks when it comes to organizing. Because,
now, hold up,
you know, when you're just like a secular organization that's under a 501c3, they got.
Please. Look, they can't even be honest. They got to go under the guise of pretending. Yeah, hey, look, y'all. We still got to use the church somehow. We got to use the church to get a tax break. Why would you want anything associated with the house of God, you atheist? You couldn't have put in some kind of legislation and vote for it. Okay, look, we want some kind of building where we get a break. Why would you have to go under the guise of the church, you wicked ass folks? You got people looking on the outside thinking it's a church, and there's a bunch of you goddamn devils in there teaching against God. Let's go, Karima, please and thank you.
Got you under a lens like this. I'm pretty sure the Mandisa can tell you. Yeah, she's agreeing with me. But so but you know, but like so I've known like atheists who actually wanted to like, you know, build upon around their organizations, and they were going to use it under the guise of a church. And it was just simply for the tax breaks and the way that they can actually build their infrastructure about that. But it was not going to be with all the baggage of religion, right? So I don't necessarily have an issue, you know, with that. I do agree with Mandisa, though, that it can be possibly triggering to people who have come out of church, who've experienced like, you know, trauma because of being in church. Like I you know, remember Mandisa when Andre was saying that he was going to write a book called I Got Stories. I got stories too, you know, of being in church and definitely, you know, experiencing a lot of church hurt. Which is a thing. So I think that that's something just to be conscious about, because especially when you're talking about Black non-believers, like a lot of us are coming out of those organizations where they have experienced a lot of church hurt from, you know, leadership and other people that was around them in the church. So, you know, I think that that's just something to be conscious about, but I would definitely, you know, tell you good luck with your efforts about building community. Definitely, I would agree and encourage you to reach out to the Black non-believers affiliate in your city, because like they've been there for a while and they're all about really building community around non-belief, and they look like you. And, you know, so, and they can probably, you know, there's a possibility to like, you know, cross connect and help build together. So, you know, I wish you the best, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Thank you so much for that. But I want to add on to one thing and propose something else. Now, I want to be clear. Like,
hey, Cube, I got to move on. I don't want you to hog up the show, man. I got to move on. All right, brother.
All right, Chris, stop right there for a minute.
All right.
Now, Karima, I don't even think you started at the beginning of Q's conversation, did you? I don't think she did. But y'all see how long he got to talk, and you know, look how cheesy. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
What'd you say?
No, I didn't. I started somewhat at the beginning, but not all the way at the beginning.
That was a nice little chop up, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a nice conversation.
All right. Well, here come JJ7000 out here. That's what they trying to portray me to be. Like they gotta tuck their chain in when I come around. That's what they try to portray. I'm being respectful. You know. Watch this. Let's go.
Come on, one more. Let's go.
All right. Last thing. So,
oh damn, he get one more, y'all.
If I can build with you, Sister Mandisa, you know, if you can drop your email and stuff like that, because I don't want to build something of my own. You know, I want to attach myself to something that's already moving. You know, so I want to attach myself to something already moving and attempt to be a leader. You know, and just fall into record and just put my brick in. You know, that'd be cool. But last thing is that I'm only using the word church as a placeholder to something that could come to be used to be better. You know, because I understand the church hurt, and as long as I've been around people laugh and say, "Oh, you just church hurt," that's why. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I am church hurt.
Part of it is, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no problem with that. But thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try my best to contact and stay in tune with you, sisters. And last thing. You know what I see? And this is what I love.
One
I
more
promise this is the
question,
last
huh?
thing.
One more,
It's
huh?
not often I get to build with atheist sisters, but what I love about Mandisa is that she's able to proliferate the information. But what I also like about the sister Cynthia is she got that debate spirit in her, and I'm the one. I got that debate
All right,
spirit
stop
too.
right
You
there.
know? I can love and respect
Kramer,
it.
stop right
Hey,
there.
man, thank you so much.
All right, so she has a debate spirit on her, but she don't have no decorum because when she get challenged, she gets offensive. See all them teeth showing right now? That's gonna change. Watch. Oh, okay, yeah,
Much to
sister,
you,
I was
sisters,
ready.
to the atheists out there, man. We love y'all, and atheism is on the horizon, and we coming. Peace, y'all.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Please, thank you.
All right. Shout out to Apostle here. Apostle's in the chat room going crazy. Misery
All
Love
right, stop
Company.
right
Don't
there real
worry,
quick.
judgment
Stop right
comes
there real quick.
swiftly.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's trauma, Mr.
We love you.
Apostle,
We
sir.
love you, Apostle. We love you. Now, Sister
God
Mandisa,
bless
I want you to
Because they were being very rude. Y'all can go back and watch it later. And disrespectful to Apostle. They were cutting in and cutting in. So now why do you let these random guests come in and disrespect the ones who's regular on your show? They don't get no juice like that. I guarantee you, they come back every week. The ratings gonna go down for sure. Nobody want to see them, especially they can't even answer questions. They're not ready. They can come on one day, yeah, okay, good. But they coming on here acting like they shit don't stink and they ain't making up lies and shit. Excuse my language. Go ahead, Chris. This is Kareem. Thank
I want you to take it from the TOP. Remember, I told you, even when you show them scripture, they would do anything in their power to get out of it and say, no, the Most High don't do that. Even when you show it to them, can you read that, Mandisa, and tell me what you think? I'm saying the Most High condone lies. Tell me if I'm wrong.
So it says here, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I would persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. Now Cynthia is more of the, the Bible debater and scholar than I am. But however, just looking at that, how can you say that someone is interpreting that wrong?
Right.
Because if this is the perfect word of God, then it shouldn't be subject to, to debate. It shouldn't be subject to misinterpretation. And so it's like when you read that, it's like, what are we supposed to think?
Right. I told him that God condoned the lie. God also put the lion spirit in the mouths of prophets.
Yes.
And he said, no, God didn't do it. How you gonna say God did it? It was them, bro. He pushed the spirit. Because look, hold up. God could have easily put a spirit of truth on the angel. Said, no, go down there and speak the truth and let them know I sent you. But he didn't do that. He condoned the lie.
Kareem, you gotta stop for a minute.
That
you gotta
you
stop.
are not discerning the word of God with his.
You gotta stop. I mean, this is what I suggest to y'all. They have all kind of Bible study guys that can help you out. All kinds. Before you come on here making these dumbass assumptions. All right. And you just take time to read a couple of them and you compare them. You can go to Bible Hub, Bible study, Blue Letter. Y'all got to stop doing this shit. So you go to the context of what's going on. All right, let me just stop and let's read it. I just pulled one up randomly. Behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of these your prophets. The Lord has declared disaster concerning you. It says Syria was long a problem for Israel. In the days of King Asa of Judah, Asa paid Syria to break its alliance with Israel and attacked the northern kingdom while Bashi ruled it. That's in 1 Kings 15, 16 to 24. Later, Israel again went to war against Syria when his king sought to loot the palace of King Ahab. Israel defeated Syria, but Ahab disobeyed the Lord by not executing Syria's king. But Ahab disobeyed the Lord by not executing Syria's king. Consequently, a prophet predicted Ahab's death in chapter 20. At some point in the history of conflict between Israel and Syria, Syria captured the Israelite city of Ramoth Gilead, located in Dan. That's in Joshua 20 and 8. This is the background for today's passage, which tells us about the alliance King Ahab of Israel made with King Jehoshaphat of Judah against Syria. We read in 2 Chronicles 18:1 that Jehoshaphat had made a marriage alliance with Ahab, Jehoshaphat's son Jehoram, named Ahab's daughter Athaliah, and we will consider this couple more in due time. Ahab asked Jehoshaphat to join him in besieging Ramoth Gilead in order to recapture it from Syria in 2 Chronicles 18:1 and 3. Being a godly man, Jehoshaphat wanted to hear from the Lord regarding the plan. That's in verse 4. Also see 17, verse 1 and 6. Ahab called forth several prophets who said God would give the city into the hands of Ahab, but for some reason not disclosed. Jehoshaphat was unconvinced that they had heard a true word from God. So he asked for another prophet. Ahab summoned Micah, who said first that the Lord would give Ahab victory. Later, when pressed, Micah said that the message of success was from a lying spirit sent by God to entice Ahab to go up against Ramoth Gilead and to be destroyed. This story about the lying spirit in the mouth of Micah tells us some important things about divine sovereignty and our response. First, while the Lord does not himself lie, he can send others to deceive people. Second, when God does this, it is for a sake of judgment. Sarnetta and the two guests you have on the show, it is for the sake of judgment. Our Lord is extremely gracious, but he is not indulgent. When people precisely oppose the truth, he will hand them over to a lie, pondering them in their sin. That's in Romans 1:18 and 32. Ahab did not want to obey the truth, so the Lord sent him a lie. Let us remember that the same can happen to anyone who rejects God's truth. Having heard from the prophet, Ahab tried to escape God's word by disguising himself in battle so that Syria would not target him. Unsurprisingly, Ahab failed in this in 2 Chronicles 18, 28, and 34. 2 Chronicles 18 reminds us that God is to be feared. He is gracious and will not refuse anyone who turns to him in faith. But he is also holy and will not continue sending his truth to those who persistently reject it. So we must strive to obey the Lord whenever we hear from him. Word and repent when we see our failures. We dare not think that the Lord will accept us if we persistently reject him and the Savior he provides in Yeshua HaMashiach. And I can go to other scholars, biblical scholars. That's what you got to do. You guys are sitting there leaning on your own understanding and popping it up there and ain't even trying to learn it. You're just going off what the hell you want to think. Go to people who maybe studied it and went to school. Why don't you put the commentary up? Go to the biblical scholars and compare them and see what the hell they say. That's what you do. Let's continue, Kareem. Please and thank you.
spirits.
Right.
If he was discerning the word of God with his spirit, you will understand exactly what the Spirit of the Lord is saying when he
Right.
says it.
Oh man, that's what they do.
Yeah.
All right, let me bring on another brother who is known in the community. They call him JJ7000. JJ, I don't want you to argue with the women, with the sisters. Just ask your question if you have a question, brother. You got the floor, JJ.
I applaud you. You came on and you expressed yourself about, how the Bible has let you down, and atheism is a way. You kind of leaning towards that, which you had that opinion. You had that right. You had that prerogative. But let me just go through. See, when people come on, I write things down, what they say. Okay. All right, so first I want to ask you, can you give me 7 good reasons why me, JJ7000, should become an atheist right now?
No.
I'm going to start with it.
No.
Okay, okay.
No.
Neither one. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we'll skip that.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Hold up, JJ. You gotta let him talk. JJ, you gotta let him talk though. Let him finish.
I'm going to preface why.
Because they teach right now.
I know, but she said no, so I thought when she said no, I get to continue because she don't have an answer. But go ahead.
No, I have an answer. It's just that I can't give you 7 good reasons. The reason being is because you should not become an atheist.
See, they don't never have her. They can come over here and cry about the Bible. But every time you hit one of these atheists with this question, it's a no. So from now on, you atheists, when you get in front of this damn camera and you want to sit up here and tear down the Bible, don't be sitting up here offended when we come back and ask y'all to give us some kind of goddamn solution or give me some reasons why we should drop our thing and come over with y'all. Because y'all crying out about the Bible. So this is some kind of a dispute. This is something that you want to get off your chest. You can get it off your chest. But then I can also come over and say, well, okay, I want you to tell the world right now why I should become what you believe in, because you got a bunch of complaints over here. I can try to help you out with some of them, but you don't want to give me a chance to speak. Well, let's let her teach. Go ahead. Let's see, Shana. Go ahead, Shana. Let's see. Excuse me. Go ahead, Creamy, please. Thank you.
Atheist because I give you 7 good reasons. You should become an atheist because this is something that you reasoned and went through a journey to come out of. No one made me an atheist, sir. No, nobody. There was no one that, came to me and said, the Bible is wrong. You must stop believing. No, that never happened. I went on my own journey in order for me to start questioning, for me to start looking for answers, for me to even going back to rereading the Bible in order for me to come to the conclusions that I've come to. So no one made me this way. In some cases, I made myself this way. Matter of fact, I would never even tell you to stop believing. I would never tell you that.
All right, stop.
And the reason being is because that's something that you have to do on your own.
Please. Okay, earlier they were saying something like it's harmful to teach our people about the Bible. It's harmful to our people. So what type of message do that send out? Is that indirectly telling us that you're saying that we shouldn't fool with the Bible? And now you want to talk in your double tongue? That shit don't work with 7,000. I can go back and trust me, you said it. But we didn't want to hear a whole hour of y'all nonsense. So this is why we got to this part. All right, Kareem. Thank you.
If I tell you to stop believing, I would be just as bad as the Catholic Church back in the day, who was sanctioning people to be killed if they didn't accept Christ, if they didn't become Christian. I'm not going to do that. So that's why I say that.
Hey, hold on, Mandisa. If you want to add on, you can add on.
Yes. And this goes back to the question that Apostle asked about why is it wrong to teach our kids about God? Now, there is nothing wrong with learning, educating ourselves, and teaching our children about the various and many gods that have been purported to exist. Mm-hmm. If it was done in an objective and educational format, that's fine. We want.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there.
About the number of gods that people either believe or believed in. That is a part of
can you stop right there,
education.
Kareem? Okay. Now, it's okay to teach about a number of gods in an objective and educational way. It's okay to teach about a number of gods in an objective and educational way. So if it's okay to teach about a number of gods, that means that our God is featured in the number of gods. So why do you have a problem with the way that we teach about our God in an objective and educational way to our people? Can you answer that, sister? I don't think you can. Go ahead, Kareem. Please and thank you.
So we want that. But what the problem comes in when you're taught or indoctrinated about this one particular God that has no basis in evidence, that has been shown historically, that that has been, or belief in these gods have been historically shown to cause a number of atrocities in the world. So you know, when it comes to that, when it comes to your own educational process, like Cynthia said, we're not sitting up here telling people that they should be atheists. But however, if you have had those questions, it is okay for you to examine. It is okay for you to come to that conclusion and it not be a bad thing, or you don't have to feel like it's a bad thing because it is okay. You have support in that. Right. So that is what we encourage people to do. That if you are on your way out, just go on out. That's fine. You know, you don't have to stop believing simply because we are telling you to. Right. Because again, like Cynthia said, that is a journey, and those are questions. That is a conclusion that you would need to come to on your own. We can't drag that out of you.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you're telling us to. Let me just go over a few things. I ain't gonna be able to get through because I know y'all gonna cut. Let me just. I wrote down some stuff. Okay. You said slaves obey your master. Okay. So we really need to. What we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to go into the context of that scripture. All right. Talk about the spiritual part of what it means. All right. You know. Let's see. What else you had? Is God the true God, or is that Jesus? You said you had a problem with that when you was in church. This is why. You know, I guess you kind of left or whatever. So maybe I can help you out with that. Let's see. What did you never came you never came up with any solutions. I mean, mostly what I listened to and observed when I sat back and did my observations. Most of the stuff you were saying were kind of like complaints about the Bible. Nothing really bringing to the substance of this was your chance in front of the world to pull me in as an atheist. And you couldn't do it. But it's okay. Hold up. Listen, Christians are hypocritical.
I think that we're on two different streams.
No, hold on. I'm just having fun with it.
I really do. I believe this. Okay.
Yeah, this is what's going on. All right, Christians are hypocritical.
But JJ, they didn't come here to make anybody an atheist. They telling you their story, brother.
I know, but this was her chance.
They are atheists.
I get it, but this was her chance. Like, hey, Polite did me like that one time. This is your chance, JJ, to pull in right now some Hebrew Israelites. So I just did the same thing to them. All right. Christians are hypocritical. And my question is that only Christians? Are Christians only horrible people? You said what? You said horrible people? But this is came out.
We never said horrible.
We never did that.
So now let me just get, I got just 2 minutes, man, and then you can get to it, all right? You had a problem. No. This is what you said. You said Christians are hypocritical. And they're horrible people. You came in banging and slanging. That's what you did. So I wrote down what you said. Now she's talking about, no, she never said it. Don't make me go back to find it. If I don't find it tonight, I will for sure find it tomorrow. All right, Kramer. Thank you.
I have a question. I suppose that you people are Christian and you are promoting religion.
Who got here on the panel here? Who we got here? Hold on, I didn't see you, brother. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then ask the question, brother. Welcome to the Lions Den. You got the floor, fam.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir, you can. But can you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience? You know, this is the first time on here.
Uh, just have this question. If there is a God, then in what corner of the universe he physically exists? Is there any place in the universe where he exists? He's there with his own body. That's all.
Okay, see, you want me to give you exact evidence of God? I can't do that for you, brother. If you to that point in your life, all I can say is, brother, you're gonna have to have some type of faith. You're gonna have to look at the miracles. You're gonna have to go by people's testimonies. You think everybody just lying when they said they had some kind of phenomenal experience, some kind of supernatural experience? Are you kidding me? You can't do that, man. Oh, so everybody lying. So there's your testimony of people having an experience with God. Now, that's the best I can give you today, probably tomorrow, and probably forever. I mean, those are some questions that you want me to come down here and put them on your lap. I can't do that as a human being, bro, because he's greater than me. There's something greater than myself that's out there. And I got respect for that. I'm not just throwing it away and coming up with some white dude philosophy, some European, all of a sudden, no, there is no creator. That is not African spirituality. Uladu Marie and Shango and Wendy and all these other gods, even other cultures, Quetzalcoatl, they have some kind of reverence for something greater than themselves. Israelites have Yah, the Muslims have Allah. The Egyptians call it the one, the all. Ain't none of our people running around here talking about there's no creator, brother. So I hope that answers your question.
Hold on. What is your nationality? I see you. You're not African American. I see that. What are your nationality and what are your beliefs? What do you believe in?
Hello. I am a Muslim, but I have an idea about the body of the God. In my view, since I am told that God is one, but I read it as the only thing that exists is God.
Hold on, you
And
said
there is nothing that exists.
Hold on. You said you're a Muslim. What are your nationality?
He's not African.
He looked like he's a Hindu or something like that.
Right. But Hinduism. So Hinduism do teach.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, yeah, I think Hinduism. So they don't teach about a God. I think it's something a little different. So maybe you can come on and tell us about your Hinduism. And so you're a Muslim Hindu? Did he say he was Hindu, Kareem?
We assuming, but he said he was Muslim, but we just assuming the way he looked. Okay. But that's why I wanted to know. So could you answer that?
I am a Muslim, but I have my own thinking too.
So
in my view,
go ahead, brother.
If there is a God, then there is solely one God, and nothing is other than Him. He is the only body. So the whole universe is the God. Nothing in or out of it is God. This universe is by itself God, and it speaks to us when it comes into our vision. it stands like a human being or a bush or some sort of star, and it talks to us and we listen to it. All the phenomena of the universe, they talk to us. They are related with us, and the atheist disregard this as God, and they say it is not God. And we Muslims go for some other creature like ours, like us, and think that a creature, a bigger creature, is there out in the universe, and he is controlling the universe everywhere. I think it is not true. The God in the scripture, the God in the Quran, the God in the Hinduism, everything that is given, it is because our human brain cannot conceive it as God. So the fundamental of my religion is La ilaha illallah. There is nothing but only God, and nothing exists. So it is very close to panentheism, not monotheism.
Okay.
What do you say about this?
So you're saying that Hinduism is more close to pantheism more than atheism. So can you go into pantheism? What is that? Is that like worship of nature, worship of the universe? Go ahead and explain. I didn't catch your name, brother, but go ahead, brother. You got the floor.
Yes, I think we should worship the nature, and we should follow the laws of nature given by it. We should talk to it, and we should get our true replies from the nature, and it gives it to us. It speaks to us. There is its own way of speaking, but it definitely speaks to us. And when we religious people talk to God, our so-called God, we actually talk to ourselves, our human brain, and our own neurons produce some answer to our questions, and we think that this answer is from God, and I am making a prayer to God, and there is nobody out there to listen to our prayers. It's only our brain who is confirming that we are talking, and it is making us assured that somebody is listening you out in the universe, far, far, far away. That's not true, I think.
Okay. May I ask, are you in America or are you in another country?
I'm so sorry. I'm having two problems. Number one, your voice is not very clear. The second thing is my English is not that much good as you can speak. I can understand more little than I can speak. So
Okay.
you will have to. Yes.
Okay. Are you in the United States of America or are you in another country?
I am in Pakistan. I'm not in United States of America.
All right. Hey, shout out to the people out in Pakistan watching the Lions Den. Like I say, we are global. I'm gonna send you a JJ7. Give me your address and stuff, brother. I'm gonna send you a JJ7000 Lions Den T-shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tell the world that if you watching the Lions Den for Pakistan. Go ahead, man. I hope you understood what I said. I probably should give me okay. Well, hey, he probably didn't understand me. You know, that's a little too much, American English. But man, I am so glad that we got people tuning in from Pakistan. All right, brother, man, you welcome to hang out, man. And you tell your people that the Lions Den is one of the hottest debate leagues in the world. Go ahead, Kareem, start it back up. Hang out with me. I didn't get your name though.
Sorry, I'm getting a guitar sound. So I'm just leaving and I shall come again.
Yeah, you
Maybe.
come back anytime you want to, man, and you share this link to all your social media outlets out there in Pakistan and Iran and everywhere you out there in that part of the world, brother. We appreciate you. Peace. Yeah, see, as you can see, JJ7000, Mighty Hebrew, is reaching people all over the world from all walks of life. You see, so this is why we got to be careful how we treat each other in these platforms. Everybody watching. You don't even know. You see? What do you think about that, Karima?
Oh, I already knew that. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all watching from all over.
Yeah. All right, let's start this back up. With the white Jesus image, on the wall.
You don't?
I mean, us in 2022, we already know that don't do nothing to us. All right. You said the Bible is creepy when you read it. I never got those implications when I sat down and read the book. Maybe you should. No, maybe you should turn the light on, a bright light, and don't be scared to be reading up on the light. Hold up. I got more. Hold up.
No, hey, JJ, hold on, JJ.
Cut my bill.
Wait.
JJ, they want to be able to touch on what you say so you won't get too far.
I want to get out the way. I'm not gonna be able to get it.
JJ, hold on.
Mr. JJ, I have to say this.
They got to touch on what you say so before you get too far, JJ.
If you have different points that you want us to actually, talk on or what have you, can we just do one at a time? I mean, I got ADHD. You throw too much stuff out of me. I'm in a minute there, I'm about to look out my window. So I need to do one thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. All
right, but I had to sit back and listen the whole time where you threw a lot out there and I wanted to jump in, but I had patience to write it down.
But JJ, this is her show, brother. You gotta let her run the show, brother. Come on, man.
Come on,
it's one thing about JJ. I'm not getting on you.
You're getting in the way.
Listen, hold on. Where is the discipline that?
What Karima? Am I acting undisciplined? You gotta stop putting that goddamn narrative out there, bro. Karima, is there any way so far have I been acting undisciplined?
No. But she have ADHD, so you gotta take your time with her.
Shit, I got ADHD. Yeah. I got more T's than her. Shit, I said, just write the shit down. That's what you do. You ain't gotta go to no doctor to tell you that. It's common sense. All right, Karima, let's go. Please and thank you.
That the Most High should have given y'all. All of y'all are Christians, Hebrews, but y'all don't have the discipline. You learning everything else but the discipline. Have a little decorum. That's all I'm saying. Allow them to speak, brother. I know y'all not used to women.
Hey, Karima, did he do that for Q?
That's what I just was about to say. He let him. She didn't have ADHD. When Q was throwing all that out there, so okay, I understand. You only got ADHD when Bible believers is talking. Okay.
Right, with a goofy ass. All right, let's go. Thank you.
Controlling the panel and speaking and going in. Just let them. This is her show.
Okay, so basically,
but you want to deal with one question at a time.
Bro, get out the way, man.
No, I'm not going to get out the way, brother. I'm not going to let nobody in here trying to beat up the women.
Why do y'all try to paint me as being disrespectful every time I come
on? No, we're not saying you disrespectful, brother. I'm just trying to share with you.
Okay, I'm going to talk
Allow her to answer the questions. That's all I'm saying.
What question do you have to ask me, ma'am?
Yes, sis. Let her
No, you came on here to ask questions. I just said, can you just ask one at a time?
Thank you. All right, I will. I want to go through this, which I wrote down. And I'm gonna ask. The main question is, who is Friedrich Nietzsche? Who is he?
I don't know.
Okay, now he's the father of atheism. So you gotta even know. You don't even know the father of atheism. You run around calling yourself an atheist. I'm gonna work with you on that. Okay, now, hold up now. So that was one thing.
You want to talk. You want to work on your pronunciation of the word, sir.
Oh yeah, because I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, who? Oh, Nietzsche, the philosopher.
Hold on, JJ. She's going to correct you. Let her correct you. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I don't come.
No,
I'm gonna go.
No, go ahead.
Because now I'm getting attacked with my pronunciation. Maybe I can talk a little wider. I'm sorry.
No, she didn't know what you were saying because you were saying it wrong,
JJ. Bro.
On the pronunciation, you said Nietzsche. Yes, I'm familiar with Nietzsche.
All right, go ahead and talk about him.
And I was like, I don't know who that is.
Okay, well, go ahead and talk about him, man. That's my question. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk about
him. We didn't come to talk about Nietzsche.
Stop right there, Kramer.
This wasn't about Nietzsche.
But he's the father of atheism. You see? I asked him, give me 7 reasons why I should be atheist. No, tell me about the father. To complain about the Bible. You asked me, you said ask questions, but Now you ain't here to ask questions about your own doctrine. So what, Kareem, how come, why ain't they answering questions about their doctrine?
They didn't come here to answer. They didn't come to answer questions. They just come to teach.
This is the question and answer part. Didn't he say to open up the lines? How did they teach?
At this point, they ain't come to answer no questions. They said they here for your questions, but they're not answering any. And they're not trying to teach you anything unless you're an atheist. You're asking too many questions. You're asking too many questions.
Wait a minute. They're here to teach, but the student is asking questions.
Oh no, they're not here to teach you anything.
But they're here to answer questions.
Not from you.
Oh, okay, I get it. All right, let's continue. Theism.
But that's not
But you're
why we're here.
okay. I think this is the issue. Here.
So you don't want to answer no questions.
Wait. Hold on.
Hey, stop.
Why
do we do this, son? Real quick.
One moment, please.
Why is it why is it an issue now, everybody? This is the issue. But you see, Senator, you gotta stop bringing these people on here when after they do their presentation and flapping their yaps, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna open up the panel. Now they want to pick and choose when they want to answer a question, and you're promoting atheism, but you can't even tell me, god dang it, who the founding forefather is. You can't even give me 7 good reasons why we should become an atheist. I would have been like, I would have dropped, 7 good reasons why we should worship the Most High or something. But you all here just complaining about the Bible.
I think they know who you is, JJ.
Huh?
I think they know who you is.
Maybe. I don't know. What they got to point? What they got to do with answering the damn question?
Oh no, you gonna answer tough questions and they ain't ready for it.
Yeah, that might be it. Look at Senator. Hold up. All right, let's go, Kareem. Please and thank you.
You asked a question. I was going to come back and say something. I believe this is an issue that happens a lot of time with theists. When I talk to them, they have a tendency to conflate a person saying that they're atheist with that being their religion. Atheism only answers one question: do you believe in a God or gods?
Correct.
The answer is no.
No. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you want to talk about Nietzsche and if you want to get into Aristotle.
One question. Yeah, one question.
And go ahead.
And I thought they didn't even want to talk about her.
I thought they wanted to talk about it. It said the title is Sisters of Non-Belief, the Movement. Sisters of Non-Belief.
No, beyond belief.
Yeah, Sisters Beyond Belief, the movement. There's no movement. You said that earlier. There's no movement.
It is. It's just secretly. You can't know.
But if it's a movement, how come they can't answer questions?
They say women. They lead them in there, and it's not for you. I don't know.
Oh, so it's a feminist movement. It's a feminist movement under the guise of being an atheist movement, but it's more catered towards feminism. Keywords is in there, is on their website. So like I said, she said, like I say, our people have always done libations, whether they libations or rituals or some kind of praying. What are they just praying to? You couldn't even, you failed. You couldn't, don't try to act like I pronounced it so bad that I'm just so way off that you couldn't tell us your founding father. You couldn't give us no reasons why we should be thankful. Go ahead, Kramer.
Right. Right.
So it's like it was a waste of time. Well, let's finish this off, and then we got another special treat for you. It's like about an hour long. JJ7000 debate with Jabari Osaze. We'll just continue to play this right when this go off, and you will see once again how JJ gets cheated out of time with the clock, Daniel Haru, and talk time. You'll see. Go ahead, Sister Scream. Excuse me.
If we want to pull out any other philosopher, I'm not a philosophy person. I did not take philosophy when I was in college. That's not my biggest thing. I'm more of a history buff than anything, and I do activism. Okay, and all those things. This means, and I just happen to be atheist. I just don't believe in God. I don't go to a church of atheism. Even though I don't disparage people who actually start them, just if they want to do a community. But we're not. But the thing about it is that when you're saying how do you not know who the father of atheism is, it's not that's necessarily. I don't necessarily know who Nietzsche is. It's just that I am not an atheist because I followed Nietzsche. I am an atheist because I went on my own journey and found out that a lot of the different things that I was taught to believe did not stand up to reality, and that's why
let me just jump in with all of the historic iconic Black folks that we've mentioned today. None of us brought up we didn't bring up Nietzsche. We didn't bring up anyone who was a non-Black person,
right?
Not to say that there isn't any validity to them. However, we brought up, like I said, I brought up the father of Black history, right. Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Right.
And so do you have a question as to any of the iconic Black folks who were either atheists, humanists, free thinkers?
Okay.
Stop real quick,
Kramer. Stop real quick.
Dispute about them since you wrote stuff down.
Okay. Now, she's forcing me to ask the question that she want me to ask, but so I'm going to do that. The guy that she's talking about first, Nietzsche, is not Friedrich Nietzsche is not Black. We know that because he's the father of atheism. The two historic people that you brung, the ones they always bring up, is Herbert Hubert and James Baldwin. Those two. Out of the whole civil rights movement, one of them's the author, two of them's the author of a goddamn book. Nobody in the history of the civil rights movement was ever inspired by atheism. There's no book or inspirations or stories that you can read to see how these atheists made it through triumphs, through trials, through tribulations, through disasters, through lynching, through murder of their kids. There was nothing used that they could use that had anything spiritual concerning atheism. Where is it at? You got two people, authors, Herbert Huberson and James Baldwin, and then she sit here and name this goddamn guy, Dr. Carter J. Woodson, who come up with Black History Month. And in that whole goddamn month, they're talking about Bible. People, the majority of them, 98% of them had a damn Bible or something in their life. Because they were Christians and Hebrew Israelites. There wasn't no goddamn atheists. That shit didn't move our people. We got a spirit. We got a soul. Let's go, Caribbean, please. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Dr. Carter J. Woodson is the father of Black History Month. And during Black History Month, the only two people that they're going to mention as atheists is, what's this guy named? Hubert Henry and James Baldwin. The rest of these people, Harry Trump.
Wait.
Stop, Corinne. Stop.
Hold on.
Sonetta, you got to come on.
Hold on.
No, ain't no hold on.
I mentioned Hubert Harrison.
I can't do this, Sonetta. I'm out.
Yeah,
okay.
Please, yeah.
How did I even get 1 minute of talk time out? Not 1 minute. They want to try to come in and cut my bill to correct my goddamn English. You goddamn witches. Throwing up your Masonic signs and don't think your goddamn Easter star signs and shit and don't think we can't see it. I got spiritual eyes to see through all you goddamn demons. And what they're doing right now, they're trying to cause confusion. Oh, he didn't say tomato to my right. He said tomato. Sit your ass down and speak when it's your turn to speak. Let's go, Karima. Please and thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good night. Have a good evening.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
Well, you said you were out, so I didn't know.
No, I'm not going nowhere, sir. I ain't going nowhere. Because they want me to run. Now, let me speak uninterrupted, ladies. Uninterrupted. Now, what's she mentioned? Dr. Carter J. Woodson created a day.
Yes.
Carter G. Woodson.
Carter J. Woodson created a day.
Carter G.
Sonetta, are you? Is this professional, Sonetta? Are they really winning because they keep interrupting me, Sonetta? Then they laughing back all wickedly and shit. This damn long head, fro having ass wench. Learn some respect. And that black one, that one in the middle, the darker one, she the head queen witch of the Eastern Stars. Wicked ass is talking about ain't no God. Ain't coming with no goddamn solutions for our people. You got it in here talking about it's a movement, and it ain't no goddamn movement. You already said it yourself. Which one is it? This shit ain't doing nothing for our people, but keeping us divided and confused. How do it bring us together on one accord or any type of accord? And then they ain't even creative enough without saying, well, we can go. Let's get a gathering place, a building where we can get our 501c3 because that's what they want. But they want to kind of under the guise of a church to get the goddamn money. You wicked ass liars. You still got to use a church to come up, but you atheists. Did you see how wickedly they threw their head back and was laughing because they interrupted me, Karima? I'm gonna mute my mic. You serious?
Yes, I'm serious because you keep quoting his name wrong, JJ. Okay. They trying to correct you about the name, and you keep saying Carter J. Woodson.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Carter J. Woodson. He has no movement. He has no movement. Black History Month. He created that. But about Black History Month, when we look up Black History Month, all we're gonna find is these two people that she mentioned, Herbert Henry and James Baldwin. The majority of the people that
Hubert Harrison.
This is so disrespectful.
Harrison.
What's disrespectful
is you not saying the man's name right.
Write down
Hubert
Just can you correct me when I'm done?
No, we need to connect you right. We need to correct you right now.
Sarnetta, are you serious?
Brother, this is the mother. This is the mother.
I don't give a damn who it is, Sarnetta. When it's my turn to speak, I'm not doing it to them. Now they need to be corrected with this Malcolm X lie. Now I'm finna get you. Now I'm finna get you. No, now I'm finna get you. You sit there and lie. You sit there and lie and say Malcolm X.
All right, JJ,
no, hold up, no. Are we serious? But I'm being disrespectful. They sit up here acting like some goddamn hussies, jumping around, some giddy hussies. Jumping around Kiki and Kaka, and I'm trying to sit up here and ask about the stuff they're saying, about the lie that you said earlier that Malcolm X was leaning toward atheism. And you know that's a goddamn lie, and you shouldn't even say it. And then the next thing to come out your mouth, but we don't have no proof. So why would you even say that? Some clowns over here, man. You're going to have to do some better recruiting than this. Don't keep bringing these. Morpheus brought these clowns on here. Morpheus. The apple don't fall too far from the goddamn tree dealing with Morpheus. It is disrespectful. Y'all can sit there and respect Cube while he's talking because he's in agreement with you. He can yap about his whole life and everything, and y'all okay with it. But then you want to make a mockery out of me and laugh and celebrate and try to correct my English. And you dumb heifers didn't even know the goddamn founding forefather of your goddamn atheist bullshit. All right, Kramer. Please and thank you. No, son, I don't do that bullshit for real.
No,
you
JJ, come on,
be
man.
working.
This is their show, JJ. Come on, man. I can't
Bro,
let
me
you
finish it.
I can't let you take over their show.
Listen. Look,
Come on,
I'm gonna say this. You letting them misinform the people. Now with this Malcolm X stuff, there's no proof that Malcolm X was moving towards atheism when he died. That's a goddamn lie. Let me get to the rest of the stuff.
I never said that.
None of them said that, JJ.
All right, you know what? Hey, Sonetta, hey, I'm cool. Just hey, when it's time to debate, call me. Don't call me when you got these feminists on here.
All right, JJ. Hey, notice these are
Israelites. And the person who had the best decorum on the show was the Israelites, not these cackling hens that you had on here that can't be quiet when someone's not in agreement with their doctrine. They're complaining. They're bickering about the Bible. They never brought that one solution to our people and how atheism can help us as a people. They even want to come under the guise of a church to get 501c3 benefits. You atheists too dumb that you still got to use a church. Let's go to the Jabari tape, man. You know what? I'm just disgusted, man. Did that seem professional to you? Did that seem like they were acting accordingly? They were acting respectful, or was I out of order? Somebody need to tell me. I need to know. I'm talking to you, Kareem.
Not at all. Not at all. No, they wasn't trying to answer no question. I already told you that.
So
they got real ratchet at the end on you. But yeah, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. Damn ratchet ass hens you got on there cackling and you got them trying to come on there and teach. You got to do better with your recruiting. Cause this shit ain't supposed to be for no goddamn clown show, and I ain't in it. You got these uneducated ass goddamn so-called our people up there, and they misinform them, and you gonna sit there and let them do it. Cause when they get questioned, they ain't got no goddamn answer. And then you want to brag about a person who came up with Black History Month? All through the goddamn month is talking about people, majority of them who believe in the God and the Bible. Let's move on. Now we're finna move on to the Jabari JJ debate. And you finna see some more effery going on when it comes to JJ because they fear me. Yeah, that's a damn shame, man. That's a shame, bro. There's nothing conscious about that whole dialogue. There's nothing educational. You didn't come on there and teach us nothing about moving beyond belief and the new movement. Where was the movement? Where was the information about this dream that y'all had? We gonna build a community of atheists together. Y'all wicked asses. Ain't gonna do nothing. Kareem, you looking for the video?
Yeah, I'm getting it, but you put out a clip, so I gotta go to the original video.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you can't find it, let me know.
It's right here with the clip, but I just gotta go to it. Take a minute to come out.
Yeah, man. And then the crazy part, they get on there, they act like that, and then we supposed to just bow down to that and like act like we the ones that's being like we the ones that's out of pocket. There's nowhere in that video that I came out of pocket. I just, you know what I'm saying? But this treatment, y'all want the Israelites to come over. Y'all want a dialogue. Y'all say y'all trying to build. You say you trying to let us work together, man. Put all that shit in the past. But this the type of buffoonery we get when we come over there, Sonetta. Come on, bro. I bet you bring them damn cackling hens over there for 2 weeks worth of shows. Guess what? Them numbers gonna drop. Ain't nobody gonna want to listen to them. Nobody want to come see them. They ain't gonna put no numbers in your goddamn on the scoreboard. They only need to come around maybe once every 2 goddamn years. And the reason I say 2 years is to see if they elevated their information and their decorum and how to act accordingly. So where the hell you found them damn coons? Yeah, Cube on there, he talking about all the atheist stuff and how did they was okay. She had ADDT then, and Q was throwing out all kind of stuff. And then if you had that type of problem, ma'am, I suggest you claim that you mentor people and all that. I suggest you you get a pencil and a piece of paper and write down. All right, y'all. This is the second half of the show. This is the video that Jabari Osiris wants to be buried in the vault, everybody. This is the video when Jabari came into the lion's den and tried to debate JJ7000 on the topic, did the ancient Egyptians believe that Osiris, or as we call him in America, Osiris, was just a principle? Or did these people believe that it was a deity? This was something, some kind of creator, something real, something greater than themselves. And Jabari Osiris' position is that they just believed it was an aspect of nature. So my question was, why are they building tombs and doing rituals? And they doing back then they was doing retainer sacrifices in the Zero Dynasty. The Zero Dynasty could last over 100, 200 years. And then they went into the First Dynasty, still doing retainer sacrifices. That means cutting people's head off when the king or so-called pharaoh died. You went with him to be with Osiris in the afterlife. These people also walked around the priests. The priests also walked around at a certain time of year with a festival they would have, and they would invoke the spirit of Osiris to the statue, and then they would pass it around to the community. And the community would ask this statue for favors and pray to it and ask things of, have I done things wrong in life? Help me out with my power bill. Oh, Osiris. Things of that nature is what they were doing. So if this was just a principle, why would they cut these people's head off to believe in this afterlife that Jabari said isn't even real either? But then he did say it was real today. So Jabari, in this afterlife, in your literature, on the walls or whatever your papyrus, it's teaching about an afterlife and how to get to Osiris, where your heart has to get judged first. Has to get judged first. And if it weighs lighter than a feather, then you don't get devoured by the devourer, the hippopotamus / crocodile lion demon type creature. These people believe this was real. So Jabari wants to put on the facade that no, it wasn't. So why we have royal priesthood dedicating this statue and feeding it and trying to put apples in front of it by pretending to feed it and cleaning it and keeping it sacred? So if this wasn't real, was this a Hotep hustle then? When they were selling these people, after a while, they were selling these people these these proprietors to help them get through the afterlife, to get past all these goddamn trials that they have to get through to get to the Netherlands to be with to be with Osiris. They got tired of killing and chopping people's head off, so they came up with another idea. We're gonna make these little figurines, and they're called Shabbatis. And we're gonna bring a spell with it. This is what they will sell to the people. And this spell will activate the Shabbati to help you and do the work for you in the afterlife, Jabari. But you want to sit here and tell the world on front of the TV that no, this is just imaginary myth. It's like we believe in a lady that lives in New York City. Her name is the Lady of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. But we don't think she's real. He does dumb analogies to prove a point. Nobody's coming to pray to the goddamn Statue of Liberty. There's no history or stories about Statue of Liberty. All through your goddamn literature, they're talking about being Asar, Hotep, and all this Haru, and all this type of shit. Stuff. So you're not gonna sit here and tell us they were just building these goddamn. And as a matter of fact, they still digging for Osiris' body to this day. They trying to pump all that goddamn water up out of it because some people believe that he was a real man, and when he died, he was deified as a god. Either way, they thought that this was real, and they thought it was a god. Let's start to go ahead debate, Sister Corinne. Please, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it through because I ain't gonna be able to stop it as much because I gotta do
because I gotta stop on the time where they cheat me out of my time, where there's confusion. So maybe we can just play it tomorrow.
Hopefully I can come back to it. I ain't gonna be able to stop and go like that. All right.
Right. So we'll just let it play, and y'all be aware. I might have to jump in when they talk and say, see right there? I'll do that. And we'll just keep it playing, Kareem. All right? But y'all going to see. They was cheating me out of my time and everything. Confusion. And then if this is a debate, this is one thing before we start. If this is a debate about the topic of Osiris, is he real or just a principle? Why are they setting it up to where they're asking questions about the Bible and Moses and stoning women? That has nothing to do with the debate topic. This is why, Jabari, you lost. And Daniel Haru, to come to find out, Daniel Haru is actually Jabari's student. So he was already he was already, loving Jabari. They was happy for Jabari came into the den, him and King Seth, because they're comedic. So they're happy that, their hero came in the lion's den. So both of these brothers was extremely biased. I couldn't set up the debate platform because I was debating. So I left it into the hands of Daniel Haru. I left it in the hands of Daniel Haru, and I said Tiffany will be the timekeeper. Now, they have seen all the debates before this debate, where every debate is 3 rounds of 10 to 15 minutes of you presenting your information and 3 questions. What they did, they set it up like a presidential style debate where the moderator are asking us questions. I got information that I want to talk about how these people believe that this was real. I never got to do that. I only got a bit and piece to come in and do that. Let's go. So nothing else needs to be said. Y'all watch. Y'all pay attention and how I got cheated out of time. If you don't see it, you don't want to see it.
I want to prove that Osiris was looked at as a real deity. Okay. And Jabari wants to look at him as just a principle. Okay, that's your topic. That's your topic. So let's do it. Agree with that, Jabari? I see you smiling. Hey, I'm not even sure if you understand what you're asking. Jabari, you think that, baby? Jabari, don't say that. Jabari, I got my hands. Jabari, I'm feeding. Hey, Julia. I'm feeding my hands. Let's do this. Pertaining to Osiris, you ask Jabari a question, Jabari will ask you a question, and then you'll answer. And we'll do 3 rounds of that, and we'll give you 10 minutes to answer your question in full. Does that work? Because you want to stick just about top. Does that work? That's right. There will be no interruption from the other party until that person is finished. The sister can keep the time.
So why Bible questions turning into this debate, y'all? Why?
Topic will be noted. Agreed? That work. All right, then, let's get in.
All right, let me set my timer for 10 minutes.
And y'all heard him. He said you got 10 minutes to get into your information. That never happened to me.
Yeah, we're fine. But if y'all want more to ask a question,
I like Jabari to go first.
Hey, sir, now let's be clear. If you put me on the defensive, you're not one person doing what? I mean, you're not. I think you're disagreeing on the.
Okay, Jabari. Well, listen, this ain't gonna take me 10 minutes. My first part. Because I got 10 minutes. You're not understanding the parameters of the debate. It's 5 minutes per round.
I go ahead and start the timer.
Jabari, okay, you was listening about, this is what he on the defense about. He said to me, go ahead and start your timer right now.
All right, I'm starting the timer for 5 minutes. Your time starts now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
Jabari, shut the hell up. I'm trying to speak.
The person has to ask the question, then the time has to start, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'm not going to ask any question. Don't start the timer.
He's crying already, y'all. Crying already.
Let's be clear, folks. What you've done, and I'm willing to go along with it, is we've had people that we trust describing the parameters of the debate, and now you've just blown it up in the first 6 minutes. I'm okay with that, even though it's a little disrespectful.
Bro, shut the hell up. It's my turn to speak.
But if you ask me certain questions, I'm okay with that. But we have to at least have some structured time, right? So the time can start before you ask the question. You might have
well, if I'm going first, I'm gonna point out to people what's going on with you. You on the defense. Hold on.
I don't know if you understand the structure.
What you're gonna do, you're on. Well, what's happening is the virus is debating that Osiris is a principle. You're debating that he's an actual deity. So what you have to do is you have to put an open statement like the court. That you would have been in the peace, everybody else been in the place. What you're trying to do, what you're going to do right now is open your open.
Keep in mind, y'all, this debate is 4 years ago.
Why is Osiris actual deity to you? And what Jabari is going to do is tell you why he's not. And then you're going to go into the evidence of why he is. And Jabari is going to go into the evidence of why he's not. All right, let me start it off then. All right. Well, this is an opening segment. Hold on.
Come on, man, get out the way.
Hold on. I tell you, and look, how much time?
The crazy part, this dude ain't even a moderator, and Daniel Haru is letting him get away with this.
5 minutes to respond to the question.
Okay, no, it's not a question right now. Right now, it's opening statement.
The whole point of so this is,
y'all see these dudes? It's my turn. They can't shut the hell up.
Each one get 3 minutes for opening statement. Then we'll go into 5 minutes after the person asks the question. We'll go 3 rounds for each. Right? That should be enough for everyone.
Matter of fact, they don't even need to be inside into these rules.
Why is King Chef talking, Daniel Haru?
Yes.
3 minute open to everybody. I want everybody know that, hey, this is Jeremiah JJ7000 from the Lions Den. I represent the Lions Den, you know. And I'm basically going against an opponent who represents kind of the House of Consciousness. He's over there, you know, he basically, you know, he attacked the Bible a lot. He said that we're mythological and things of that nature. So what I'm here to do is maybe ask him a few questions about what he believes. Now, during some of our conversations, Jabari got him to open up finally, and then he said that he prayed to Osiris. That's what he prayed, but he's telling me that Osiris is just a principle. I'm going to prove here tonight that the ancient Kemetics and the Egyptians, I'm saying Kemetics, they didn't believe that Osiris was a principle, and a lot of these deities were looked at as actual gods. That's where I'm coming from. That's my angle. I don't even need 5 minutes to even go into it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm going to prove that these people actually are religious, and they believe that these, what he called principles or aspects, I'm going to prove that they were deities or gods.
Alright, and what about you, Jabari?
Are you finished? You have about a minute and a half left. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, let me say, family, I want to appreciate that you give me an opportunity to speak to you. I truly believe that talking to our people is of critical importance, including, and it doesn't really matter whether they agree or not. We have to be able to try to come to some understandings on how we're going to move forward. So it's critically important for us to have dialogue. Now, I know that there's been a lot that's been said. I've been told that I've been running from somebody. I've been told that the person I'm debating has told me everything from gay to a nun to all kinds of strange things. But I want you to understand, family, that I will only engage when there is a conversation worth engaging in. I believe our dear brother is attempting to come forward with something that we can actually talk about, and so that's why I'm here. But I want to be absolutely clear that our good friend Jeremiah is drawing the we can. I spent a long period of my life as a Christian and have studied the Bible comprehensively. And clearly, even in just the way that he phrases his Christian, it's clear to me that he is completely unfamiliar with Kemetic spirituality. And he's trying to shoehorn it into the way that he understands his own spiritual tradition. So I think that this will be hopefully an interesting discussion. I'm allowing him to ask questions about the Kemetic tradition, but I also want him to be clear that if he's going to ask me questions about my tradition, that I think it should be fair, he should agree, that I'll ask him questions about his as well.
All right, Kevin, I hope you can stop right here. If you can't, why should I have to talk about the Bible?
Even though it seems
that makes no sense. This Bible is about, this debate is about Osiris, Jabari. What the hell wrong with you, man?
Once again, let me say, I appreciate that you giving me a chance to talk. I want to also appreciate those folks who took their time out to Farah Israel and Daniel Hebrew, trying to formulate this into a...
Yeah. Now, did y'all hear him? Well, it's only fair that if you talk to me about my spiritual tradition, then I should be able to talk to you about your spiritual tradition. Look at the top of the goddamn thing, bro. The flyer. No, listen. This debate is not about my spiritual tradition. You've already lost because you've already trying to jump to run and question the Bible in a debate that's not talking about the Bible. It is not talking about the Bible, Jabari. You don't have no right to ask me no question about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua. None of them books. Matthew, Mark, Luke, King. None of that, bro. This is about Asar. And this is why I tell you, these dudes, when you take them out of their goddamn fishbowl, they flop around because they can't breathe. And they got to get used to their goddamn environment. So you got to hurry up and try to jump back in that fishbowl or complaining about the Bible. It ain't about the Bible today, bro. You've already lost. Did y'all hear him crying? Yeah, it's only fair that I ask you questions about your Bible. Bro, stay on topic. We're not doing that. Let's go, Kareem, please and thank you.
Conversation that would make sense. So I think that we really have to, at the outset, appreciate them for spending time in their day that they did not need to spend time in.
so they can organize this structure and have this conversation. So with that, family, I hope that we'll be able to have an open dialogue and that we'll be able to come to a better understanding of each of our traditions. Shall I make that go forth in peace?
All right, now shall we get started with the question? Daniel, are you ready?
Daniel?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
So we are asking questions here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Asking the same question?
No. She has the same question for him. That's similar to mine, reworded different.
I'm not sure if is Jeremiah agreeing to that?
Hey, you see how Jabari's the debater and trying to host and moderate, man? Shut the hell up and let them do their job, bro.
I just want to go in on what he believes in as far as he said that he only get that Osiris and all these deities that granted you worship were just principles. Okay. Because that's his angle where he's coming from. He's not looking at them as real deities or God-like interests. Am I correct, Bard?
No. No, you're not. I want you to ask your question, or what are we doing here?
That's what I want to ask you. What is the difference between Jeremiah? 1 minute, bro.
Yes, we have to do round one.
You can ask those questions in the third round, when you can ask your questions. Okay, go ahead. That's why we have unbiased moderator. That's why we have a comedic moderator and we have a visual moderator. So, if Mario or not asking questions, these boys.
Okay. We're asking in the third round.
Exactly.
All right. So my first question is, let's see. What does, I think I will make it related to the topic as we are talking about Osiris. So, Jabari, I would like to ask you, let's see, what does Osiris teach? And
Stop right there, Kramer. She said something very important. You got to stop.
What does
You got to
Osiris
stop.
teach is the question you'd like to ask?
Oh, you got to stop.
Okay. I want to be clear that
You know what?
Osiris
You're away from the phone. I'm going to redo this tomorrow. Okay. This right here, man, is not how a debate is supposed to be structured. I came prepared like any other debate that I've done. You moderators don't ask no goddamn questions at the beginning of the debate, Daniel Rue. You ask at the end if you got a goddamn question. I came to be prepared for the stuff that I got written out to say, show the priestly customs, show how these people were doing this, show how they was digging for this man's body, or like I say, they after he died, they deified him as a. They thought he was really a god because that's how the Egyptians thought that the king or the pharaoh was God on earth. He kept Ma'at. Then they thought after he got chopped up and killed that he would reign in the afterlife in the underworld. And so you had to live a balanced, good life so that you can go be with this historic king who was deified. And then now he has an afterlife that you can go be with him with. That's what the hell they taught. What's the purpose of you Jabari, selling these goddamn coffin spells and text for them to take down with them when they die and get them all mummified up? Make sure they car and they bar meat back up, brother. Because if it wasn't real, then it must have been a goddamn Hotep hustle. And as far as this dude in the chat, who that? Kareem, block this clown. Get him up out of here. Block this clown. Get him up out of here, bro. Get him up out of here. Because I can jump off, switch accounts, and I can do it myself. I'm trying to do a show. Get up out of here, bro. Sick of you goddamn trolls. You ain't here to learn. Just get the hell up out of here. You ain't here to see the errors of people's ways. and get the hell up out of here. Even when you show you these people and they bullshit and you still biased, then you goddamn it, y'all man and woman worshiping idols. Let's go, Karima. Please and thank you.
Answer that exists in the mythological system of ancient Kemet. Before I say anything else about him, I want us to be clear that Osiris was not, is not, a human being like you or I. Did not walk the earth like you or I. But Osiris, as you call him, I will say Asar, because Osiris is a Greek name. Asar is a mythological representation of the divinity in all of us and our battle to find ourselves within a chaotic world. So if you look at the initial the mythos that actually Asar is listed in, you're going to see a story of a young man who is the king of Kemet, mostly the first king of Kemet, and he is so successful that he goes abroad to take civilization to the rest of the world. In the time that he leaves the throne of Kemet, he puts his queen, Ast, who I think you've probably heard as Isis, which is the Greek name, Isis on the throne. His brother, Set, whose initial name was Sutek, actually was angered by this. So Sutek actually schemes to find a way to take the throne from Asar. When Asar returns, his queen tells him this story, and Asar does not believe her, goes to a celebration for his homecoming, where Sutek murders him. To make a long story short, Ast and the actual wife of Sutek, who is her sister, go off on this journey to gather the pieces of the murder of Asar. And as they put the pieces together, their quest is to bring Asar back to life, and to actually, Ast also wants to take the seed of Asar so that she can give birth to Heru, her son, their son, who is undoubtedly the first description of what we might call a divine conception. In the Christian tradition, sometimes they even call it an immaculate conception, although that's not a term that I would use. And so they put the pieces together. One piece is missing, his Henenet, or his penis, as you might hear it called. She recreates this penis using words of power, takes in his seed, and gives birth to the heir. The rest of the story is about Heru being raised by his mother to become the heir of the king. He eventually goes off to fight Set through a number of trials and tribulations. He loses that first battle. He receives divine intuition in the form of an eye. By the way, this is where we get the concept of the third eye. And then from there, he receives intuition, he goes back, he defeats his uncle, and he becomes the king of Kemet. So this is the mythological story of Asar. What does that story teach us and the subsequent mythological stories of Asar? It teaches us, first of all, that through his victory, there can be victory over death. It also teaches us that righteousness, while it may not seem that it is winning initially, righteousness, the path of Ma'at, is actually that which will find us into heaven. Let's be clear, we didn't use the word heaven, I'm using that for the audience so they can understand. Let's be clear that in the Semitic mythology, no one would have access to the divine afterlife were it not for the death and resurrection of Asar. So, I want you to also understand that when we use the word resurrection, it's actually an echo of what happened to Asar. In order for Asar to live again, his Henenet, or his penis, had to be reconstructed so that the divine seed can go forth. So even when you use the word resurrection, you are referring to Asar, the first resurrected deity, who gives this concept to the rest of the world. So Asar, after resurrected, goes off to be the king of the afterlife, while his son Heru becomes the archetype for the divinity in all of us. And so we are Heru, and our father in heaven is Asar. So this story may sound familiar because it becomes the archetype by which the Christian and the Judaic tradition actually render their own story. This is the world's first resurrected deity.
Bullshit.
We see the world's first sacred birth without copulation. and we see a king going off to rule in heaven while we are those who live on the earth. Please, I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Well, your 5 minutes is up. Daniel, you can go ahead and answer your question for Jeremiah Judah.
Karima, you there?
Jeremiah, can you tell me, how did the Hebrews get the law? What does it pertain to, and how
Karima, you there? Can you stop this real quick?
Jeremiah, your
Why
time
is he
starts
asking me
now.
a question about Hebrew Israelites?
How did the Hebrews get the law? The Hebrews got the law through Moses. That's how the Hebrews got the law. Well, what I want to talk about, how it pertains to my salvation, because if we follow our laws, our statutes, and commandments, we will get salvation. I mean, there's no getting around it. You got to follow the Most High God. This ain't really no debate. If you ask me a Hebrew question and ask him a kinetic question, I want to go in on what he believes in, because they always going on what we believe in. So if I got to answer a Hebrew question, I can answer a Hebrew question, but it needs the purpose of me and him going face to face.
Karima, are you there?
Jeremiah, I got one question.
Why is they talking in between my 5 minutes? Jabari yapped for 5 goddamn minutes. Why are they talking? It's supposed to be my 5 minutes. Why are you asking me a Hebrew question in a Kemetic debate?
The question that we asked was to help the audience gain clarity. We're going to let you go in, but the audience, before the
Hey, you know what, Karima? Let's go ahead. Let's stop this. I'm gonna redo this tomorrow where I can stop it and post and show y'all, man. But there's just some bullshit is going on in the debate right now. Now, see, Jabari just went on for 5 minutes and ran his mouth. Why ain't you? There you go. Look at this shit.
We get all of our strength from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It started off with, a lot of things passed down from the patriarchs, like Enoch, he passed it down from Methuselah, Methuselah passed it down from Noah, and Noah passed it down to his 3 sons. His 3 sons passed it down to Abraham, like that. It's the whole tradition that we have. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say that we've done it come lately.
Why are they asking me Israelite questions, Bible questions in a Kemetic debate?
We're saying that we are a set apart nation. Meaning, when we went into Africa, seeing the Sodomite ways of different pride stuff. Our Bible teaches against Sodomite ways. Our Bible teaches against murder or how to live right. You see what I'm saying? So we have a strict code that we go by. See? And our main code is to be set apart. We don't deal with holidays, nothing like that. We don't worship no flags, nothing like that. We are a set apart nation. This is why we come against the practices of the Kemetic. They have a priesthood right now, 2019, where they don't even address their own priesthood when you got a Kemetic in here who's teaching that hope is a gay spirit.
Why are you interrupting my 5 minutes of talk time? Freeman, can you there?
What's right in my book?
See, this is why, we're going to watch this, but tomorrow I'm going to break it down. And I'm going to show y'all the bullshit where I ain't got to over talk. Because, she busy. You know what I'm saying? Oh. You see this bullshit? What happened to my 5 minutes of talk? She's already cheating me.
No, I want to get past this. I want to get to the meat of the table. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get to say we're going straight into the question round.
More powerful is that we have to recognize Osiris.
Why is Jabari talking during my 5 minutes? Did I talk during his 5 minutes, everybody?
I want us to understand that the African mind is not literal. The African mind is symbolic. The African mind is poetic. The African mind is not literal, and it's not.
Why are you talking in my 5 minutes?
When you
Wasn't
look at
up.
the story of Asar, a man that's cut into 14 pieces, put back together, his face is clean, grass grows from him. I hope that you understand that no one in ancient time and no practitioners today view Asar as a literal person. And so the concept that you can actually exist in mythos helps us understand that Asar is not someone outside of us. In fact, you are Asar. And so the symbolic nature of Asar is important for Africans today. Number 4, did you hear in that story, I told you about the story of Asar and Heru? Well, near the beginning of the story, Asar is murdered. Sometimes we call that the story of
Y'all know this, God, and he talked for 5 minutes. It was my turn. Daniel Haru came in with the interference, and now he's flapping his goddamn mouth.
Puts women in their rightful place as co-equal partners to men. The later traditions, those Abrahamic traditions, find women as subordinate characters.
And look how long I'm letting them talk, y'all.
I know that you say that you follow the laws, dear Jeremiah. Your laws say that as well. We're going to get into that in a moment, since you follow laws given to you by Moses. I hope you realize that Deuteronomy was supposedly written by Moses. So if you follow those laws, we're going to see.
Why ain't you talking about my
the ancient African traditions that
and the principles, and these people only believe principles? Why are you talking about the Bible?
And she is our equal, and that is of critical importance. I think that was 4, right? Let me give you number 5. When we look at Asar, you have to also recognize that Asar works closely with other divine characters. So that I know that you're asking about Asar.
But nobody realized that I just got gypped out of my 5 minutes, huh? Nobody's seen that, huh, Daniel Haru? Nobody's seen that.
The emanations, the versions of one divine form. Just like when you look at the Inuit people, those people that have been derogatorily called the Eskimos. You've probably heard that the Eskimos, the Inuit people, have over 200 words for snow. We don't have many words because we're not as familiar with snow. Well, imagine that your Kemetic ancestors had over 2,000 ways to describe the divine. Why? Because in ancient Africa, we were focused on the divine more than any other people in the world. And so Asar is just one version of the divine.
Look at the discipline of JJ, even though he just got cheated out of his time, y'all. Pay attention.
And they are not literal people. They are you, dear brother. That is what we have to understand. That is why Asar is more powerful.
Okay. Your time is up.
I get to respond to that, or I gotta go off the top. Panel, do I get to respond to that, or do I gotta talk about something else?
That was a question posed to me. I'm wondering.
See, look at Jabari. He cannot shut up.
Yeah, we need to ask questions again. Hold on, both of y'all.
Now here comes somebody, Daniel Haru, who ain't even a goddamn moderator or part of the goddamn setup. He's just letting him run his goddamn mouth. You know, I can't wait till tomorrow where I can just stop this and stop it for y'all and show you the bullshit of this debate.
If you are still a debater, you can rebut within the same time. I mean, I
was gonna jump in on that, but I was trying to give you your time.
They're scared for me to talk. I'm telling you, man. This is a pattern with these people, man.
Okay. If you're going to rebut, what happened? Is anybody still there?
You know what? I'm gonna end this. If I can't stop it on point, then no. Y'all need to see this bullshit. I'm gonna call Karima. We're gonna stop this, and I'm gonna start it over tomorrow. This is some bullshit. I can't take it, man. I can't take it.
Alright, let me rebut that real quick.
Okay, let me set the timer.
Wait, we have to agree first. What do we say?
Jabari, shut the hell up.
Rebuttal at you go. So what you just said, I want to rebut that. I'm gonna do it in 1 minute.
Okay, Julie, your time starts now.
Go. Now see, Egyptian religion was a complex system of polytheistic beliefs and rituals that form an integral part of ancient Egyptian society. And look at it. It was centered or the Egyptian interaction with many deities believed to be present in and out of this world. Rituals such as prayers and offerings were provided to the gods to gain favor. So basically what I'm saying to you, he's trying to present these ones as being principles. We got all kind of evidence showing that these people actually deified some of these major ones, like Osiris, Hathor. They got temples for them. They just didn't build temples just for principles. So we're gonna have to skip this and get to the point. These people worship these deities, not prophets.
Okay, your turn is up, Judah.
Hey, when am I gonna get a 5-minute talk time to talk like Jabari, y'all? Yeah,
Yes,
I gotta
very
call
simply.
Perimeter.
I live
We
in
gotta
New York
end this,
City,
man.
and
I
in the
can't take
harbor
it.
near me,
I cannot
there's
take
a
it.
very large statue. In fact, I believe it's over 500 feet tall. It's a statue of a woman, and she's called the Statue of Liberty. Right? If anyone believes that she was an actual woman, she's consecrated. I'm calling now.
Hold on, Jeff.
She's consecrated to the concept, liberty. People develop models and monuments to concepts all the time. So I'm not sure why he's confused by this. But I want you to understand that I have visited those temples. I've been in them. In fact, my shrine is the shrine of Ma'at. Just because I'm saying that it's a principle and not a literal person doesn't mean that we're not talking about a deity. Ma'at is a deity. Asar is a deity. But I'm saying they are literal physical people. I'm saying that they are aspects of one divine force that creates all things. That is
Okay. Who's that one divine force then? Who's that one divine force?
Your time is up.
Discipline. I need to ask a question. I need to ask a question. Go ahead.
I would like for you to explain to us how you feel about the laws of Deuteronomy. Do you follow them all? You said the laws were given to you by Moses.
Why is this bozo asking me about the laws of Deuteronomy in a comedic debate, everybody? Y'all ask yourself this. And why is he asking me questions when it should have been a moderator and now I skip to him? The bullshit.
Can I get my Bible out or do I need to go off the top of the head? No, get your Bible out.
I don't know what
Yes,
you
you can
need.
use the Bible.
It depends on what you need to do. I don't know what you need to do.
Okay.
This was the most unorganized debate in Lions Den history, and it was set up by Daniel
No
Haru.
graven images or likeness. Nor take the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not commit adultery. She gave us 10 basic ones to really go by. This is the main 10 that I follow.
Got me explaining the Bible in the comedic debate.
Ceremonial law and things of that nature. Some things that right now, we ain't doing certain things right now that they did back then. But the 10. Oh, okay, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Look now. See, come here. We're gonna have to end this because I need to be when the bullshit happens. I know you know. I'm not saying you got to handle your business, but I can't sit here and take the pain of watching the bullshit happen. I gotta stop it. Look, they cheated me out of 5 minutes out the gate. Jabari went on for 5 minutes, and then it was my turn. I don't get 5 minutes. Jabari then comes and take over and start speaking. Daniel Haru. Now you talking about you didn't see nothing biased about this. You set this shit up. You made the questions for Tiffany to read. She don't know nothing about no comedic. How all of a sudden she know about how to ask comedic questions, Daniel Haru? And then and in your mind, you're not gonna have me talk about comedic questions. You're gonna have me answering Bible questions. This shit was set up. This shit was set up, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. They cheated me out of all kind of time in the beginning of this shit. But we're going to let it play. And tomorrow I'm going to go re-thorough over it real good where we can just bam, stop, bam, and show them the bullshit. But go ahead, Kareem, start it up. This is the most unorganized debate I ever been in my goddamn life, Daniel Rue.
I'm ready, Karima.
You
Please
want
make
me, you want me to push it back a little bit?
yeah. If you want. Yeah, why don't you cheat me out of my time? Now what go to the end when Jabari get done speaking. He went for 5 goddamn minutes.
And so we are Heru, and our Father in heaven is a star. So this story may sound familiar because it becomes an archetype by which the Christian and the Judaic tradition actually render their own story. This is the world's first resurrected day.
Bullshit.
We see the world's first sacred birth without copulation. And we see a king going off to rule in heaven while we are those who live on the earth. Please, I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Well, your 5 minutes is up. Daniel, you can go ahead and answer your question for Jeremiah.
Let's see if I get 5 minutes.
Jeremiah, can you tell me, how did the Hebrews get the law? What does it pertain to? And
Why are you asking me a goddamn Bible question in a comedic debate?
Your timer starts now.
But watch what I say, Karima.
How did the Hebrews get the law? The Hebrews got the law through Moses. That's how the Hebrews got the law. Well, I want to talk about how it pertains to my salvation. Because if we follow our laws, our statutes, and standards, we will get salvation. I mean, there's no getting around it. You got to follow the Most High God. This ain't really no debate. If you ask me a Hebrew question, ask him a genetic question. I want to go in on what he believes in, because they always going on what we believe in. So if I gotta answer a Hebrew question, I can answer a Hebrew question, but this defeats the purpose of me and him going face to face. Because the whole topic of discussion.
Now remember, I still got time to speak. And look at Jabari running his fucking flat. Look at him. Now I'm gonna get cheated out the rest of my 5 minutes because I got concerns. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are we asking me a biblical? Y'all asked Tiffany asked Jabari a comedic question, which was written by Daniel Haru, because Tiffany know nothing about Kemet. She was there to be the timekeeper. So Daniel, we know you sent her the questions. That's check 1. Check 2, Daniel. Why did Jabari get asked a comedic question, but now you're coming and asking me a Hebrew Israelite question when that's not the topic? Putting your bullshit out early, Daniel Haru, who is now a student of Jabari, everybody. King Seth was Jabari's biggest fan on the platform there. So he had his little people with him, but that's how the Lions Den was. We had people from all walks of life. I wasn't the one who set up the format because I'm debating. It wouldn't be fair if I was trying to set up the format and all that. And back then, this was kind of, a lot of the stuff was new to us. But now that I go back and look at this, I got screwed. But really, I didn't, because I'm staying on the topic about, really, I ain't staying on topic because y'all asking me about goddamn stuff that's not on the topic. This shit was rigged. Go ahead, Karima. Please and thank you.
Okay, listen. The question that we were asking was to help the audience.
So we paused this time, by the way?
Yes, my time. Go ahead.
Okay.
To help the audience, what?
The question that we asked was to help the audience gain clarity. We're going to let you go in, but the audience, before you ask questions, they need to know where you come from. Yeah, right.
I don't know why that's important when we're talking about a comedic topic. Bullshit, man.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Like I say, we get all of our strength from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It started off with a lot of things passed down from the patriarchs. Like Enoch, he passed it down from Methuselah. Methuselah passed it down from Noah, and Noah passed it down to his 3 sons. His 3 sons passed it down to Abraham. and like that. It's the whole tradition that we have. See what I'm saying? And a lot of people say that we Johnny come lately, but like I said, we're not saying that we're the newest nation on the earth, but we're saying that we are a set apart nation. Meaning, when we went into Africa, seen the sodomite ways of the different pride and stuff. Our Bible teaches against sodomite ways. Our Bible teaches against murder or how to live right. You see what I'm saying? So we have a strict code that we go by. See? And our main code is to be set apart. We don't deal with holidays or nothing like that. We don't worship no flags, nothing like that. We are a set apart nation. This is why we come against the practice of the Kemetic. They have a priesthood right now.
They got me talking about the Bible and a Kemetic debate.
Address their own priesthood when you got a Kemetic in here who's teaching that hope is a gay spirit.
Why is he interrupting me? Why is he interrupting? Tiffany interrupted dude. Did Tiffany interrupt Jabari when Jabari was asking her question? Why you interrupting me, Daniel Rue?
That's how I'm gonna get my salvation. By doing good work.
Okay, Julie, you said 1 minute left. Would you still like to collaborate a little bit more?
No, I want to get past this. I want to get to the middle of the table.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's get to say we go straight.
I want to get to talk about my information that I wrote down to prove that these people were doing rituals, to prove that they had temples.
And I want us to understand that the African mind is not literal. The African mind is symbolic. The African mind is poetic. The African mind is not literal, and it's not patriarchal. So that when you look at the story of Asar, a man that's cut into 14 pieces, put back together, his face is clean, who grass grows from him, I hope that you.
So he get to go up to his Kemetic information, and they got me asking questions about the Bible, Daniel Haru, and you said this was fair. The hell up out of here, man.
Actually exist in mythos helps us understand that Asar is not someone outside of us. In fact, you are Asar. And so the symbolic nature of Asar is important for Africans today. Number 4, did you hear in that story, I told you about the story of Asar and Heru? Well, near the beginning of the story, Asar is murdered. Sometimes we call that the story of Asar, but the reality is it is much more about the story of us than it is Asar. The African stories, the one that involves Asar, puts women in their rightful place as co-equal partners to men. The later traditions, those Abrahamic traditions, find women as subordinate characters. And I know that you say that you follow the laws, dear Jeremiah. Your laws say that as well. We're going to get into that in a moment, since you follow laws given to you by Moses. I hope you realize that Deuteronomy was supposed to be written by Moses. So if you follow those laws, we're going to see what you do. The ancient African traditions that include Asar actually put the woman in her rightful place. And she is our equal, and that is of critical importance. I think that was 4, right? Let me give you number 5. When we look at Asar, you have to also recognize that Asar works closely with other divine characters. So that I know that you're asking about Asar, but the reality is, in the Kemetic mindset, there are a multiplicity of divine forces that are simply the emanations, the versions of one divine force. Just like when you look at the Inuit people, those people that have been derogatorily called the Eskimos, you've probably heard that the Eskimos, the Inuit people, have over 200 words for snow. We don't have many words because we're not as familiar with snow. Well, imagine that your Kemetic ancestors had over 2,000 ways to describe the divine. Why? Because in ancient Africa, we were focused on the divine more than any other people in the world. And so Asar is just one version of the divine. That's why Heru is divine, and Ast is divine. All of these characters are aspects of the divine. And they are not literal people, they are you, dear brother. That is what we have to understand. That is why Osiris is more powerful.
Okay, your time is up.
Do I get to respond to that, or I gotta go off the top? Panel, do I get to respond to that, or do I gotta talk about something else?
That was a question posed to me. I'm wondering what your question is.
All right, ask the question. Yeah, we can ask the question again.
Hold on, both of y'all. The moderators need to know if y'all can respond.
Yeah, so I believe Mr. Barry's trying to answer the question now.
Do they have a rebuttal, Daniel and Lucas? Do they have a rebuttal or don't? Because they can have rebuttal and they can write the question down.
If you're a skilled debater, you can rebut within the same time. I mean, I
was gonna jump in on that, but I was trying to give you your time. I didn't finish, right?
Okay, so
I want a rebuttal time. That's
all right.
Okay. So if you're going to rebut, what happened? Is anybody still there?
Yeah.
Oh, in order to save time, if we're going to do a rebuttal period, it's going to have to be, you got 2 minutes. The person is going to get 2 minutes to rebut. That's it.
Matter of fact, you know what? 1 minute to rebut.
Alright, let me rebut that real quick.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, let me set the timer.
Wait, we have to agree first. What do we say?
We get 1 minute rebuttals at you go. So what you just said, I want to rebut that. I'm gonna do it in 1 minute.
Okay, Julie, your time starts now.
Go. Now see, Egyptian religion was a complex system of polytheistic beliefs and rituals that form an integral part of ancient Egyptian society. Now look at this. It was centered on the Egyptian interaction with many deities believed to be present in and out of this world. Rituals such as prayers and offerings were provided to the gods to gain favor. So basically what I'm saying to you, he's trying to represent these ones as being principles. We got all kind of evidence showing that these people actually deified some of these major ones like Osiris, Hathor. They had temples for them. They just didn't build temples just for principles. So we're gonna have to skip this and get to the point. These people worship these deities, not the prophets.
Okay, your turn is up, Judah.
Right, that was 1 minute.
Jabari, would you like to rebuttal that?
Yes, very simply. I live in New York City, and in a harbor near here, there's a very large statue. In fact, I believe it's over 500 feet tall. It's a statue of a woman, and she's called the Statue of Liberty. Right? If anyone believes that she was an actual woman, she's consecrated. I'm calling now.
Hold on,
She's consecrated to the concept, liberty. People develop models and monuments to concepts all the time. So I'm not sure why he's confused by this. But I want you to understand that I have visited those temples. I've been in them. In fact, my shrine is the shrine of Ma'at. Just because I'm saying that it's a principle and not a literal person doesn't mean that we're not talking about a deity. Ma'at is a deity. Osiris is a deity. But I'm saying they are literal physical people. I'm saying that they are aspects of one divine force that creates all things. That is right.
Who's that one divine force then? Who's that one divine force?
Your time is up.
If I can ask a question.
Go ahead.
I would like for you to explain to us how you feel about the laws of Deuteronomy. Do you follow them all? You said the laws were given to you by Moses. And Moses is your lawgiver, I believe. So could you talk to us about those laws that come from Moses? And talk to us about how important they are in the way that you view the world.
Your time starts
Can I get my Bible out? Can I get my Bible out, or do I need to go off the top of the head?
No, you can get your Bible out. I don't know what
Yes,
you
you
need.
can use the Bible.
It depends on what you need to do. I don't know what you need to do.
Okay. Yes, sir. 10 Commandments. These are the 10 Commandments that he gave us. No graven images or likeness. Nor take the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not commit adultery. He gave us 10 basic ones to really go by. This is the main 10 that I follow. All the other ones got to do with ceremonial law and things of that nature. Some things that right now, we ain't doing certain things right now that they did back then. But the 10 major ones, they're the ones that we really need to deal with. Now, there you go. It's 10 major ones.
How much time does he have?
Let's see. You still have 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Can I go my other 4 minutes? So I answer that. Can I go into my other stuff?
No, you can only answer his question, and then he gets a rebuttal.
You see that? He don't want me to get into my Kemetic stuff. They want to keep asking me Bible questions, Daniel Haru. What type of shit is this, man? This is a Kemetic debate. We shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, man, this is wicked ass shit right here, man. But this was the beginning stages of, us hosting debates, but usually when we do debates, the lines in. I
can hear you.
I can't see my screen. My phone about to die. I forget on my other phone. All right, my fault, y'all. All right, where we leave off at? Okay. Now, as y'all can see, man, this was the most unorganized, put together debate I ever been a part of in my life. You know, when y'all see debates, you be like, okay, you got 10 minutes to speak. You hit the bell, the next person go. I don't know what the hell Daniel Haru was thinking. And I know the comedic questions that Tiffany asked. Now that I'm sitting back looking at this, Tiffany knows nothing about Kemet. She's supposed to be there just to be the timekeeper, Daniel. You're supposed to be there just to moderate. Moderate means if me or him get out of line, you get in and be like, hey, hold up, chill out. Hold up, y'all. That's what we meant by moderate. Not no goddamn presidential style goddamn debate where we run for president and the two moderators is asking the two hopeful candidates questions about what we're gonna do for banking systems and all that type of shit. I had my information wrote down for where I'm gonna go into battle and show how these people customs and how they did this, and that. You done wrote Tiffany some questions to ask me, and then you coming at me asking me Bible questions. Moderator. The next thing you know, he in Jabari's school, y'all. All right, so I mean, like I say, Jabari, I hope you don't feel that you did anything or you won something here when you deliberately you all plot this shit up and got it all off topic. Daniel Haru King Self ain't even a moderator. Why is he still talking and trying to tell us how to do the debate? Why is Jabari always jumping in on my turn? You don't see none of this? Because I can bring you here tomorrow and we can sit and watch it together. All right, let's start it up, man. This is a disaster. Let's go, Kareem, please and thank you.
And so, look, we ain't recognized as a nation anymore. So some of that stuff we can't follow.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Jabari, do you have a rebuttal or something to say? You got what? Is it 1 minute?
If you got 1 minute, I want to go in on Osiris. Osiris.
Okay.
So I can't get that right.
Hey, y'all hear me? I want to go in on Osiris. I ain't with all this whole whatever y'all got going here.
I definitely have a rebuttal.
We're setting the timer now. Your time starts now.
Okay, and I have 1 minute, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I want to be clear that he's saying that Moses is the lawgiver, and he's telling you which rules to follow. So I guess Jeremiah is pulling himself.
Why are we talking about Moses?
Which rules to follow, which ones she shouldn't. Deuteronomy, the book of the Bible, the Pentateuch that is both followed by Hebrews and Christians, says in the 40th year, in the first day of the 11th month, Moses proclaimed to the Israelites that all that the Lord had commanded him concerning them. So he describes the laws here as given by Moses. And I want to be clear that within those laws, we see things like, give me a second here. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father and shall be burned with fire. It also says, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father.
Your time is up, Mr. Jabari.
You're a little long-winded. All right,
go ahead.
Now, do I need to go back on that, or I'm done? I can read
You got the rebuttal after you.
Nah, y'all can't rebut. Y'all can't rebut and rebut and rebut.
All right, go. All right, go ahead. Go ahead to the next question.
No, ask me. You got the question. Ask me.
I'm trying to ask him a question.
Yeah, all right.
5 minutes.
All right. Jabari, I want you to explain. I can actually, but we got to stick to Osiris, right? But I thought we were sticking to Osiris. Oh, okay, cool.
Is it only about part here? Moderators, can you explain?
Jabari, can you shut the hell up, bro?
Not to go off subject. If it pertains to Osiris, yes. If it does not, hold it.
Okay. All right, Jabari, can you tell me? See, I can't ask a 5-minute question. I mean, that just ain't gonna work. I mean, I got to go into some detail here.
But listen, Jabari. No, wait. You get to ask the question, and I get to answer. You don't get 5 minutes to answer the question.
Go into detail about your question.
Hey, why is Daniel Haru speaking, Daniel? I mean, why is King Seth speaking? You're a horrible host, a horrible moderator.
Why did they build a temple for him if he's just a principle? And why are they digging up his body? Why are they trying to dig up his body right now?
Okay. Can I answer?
Yes, you have 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, let me say to you that principles and concepts are very important. And I
Now he get 5 minutes, y'all. Pay attention.
And I would argue with you that saying something is just a principle misses the point. This is not a situation where Asar is just a principle. Asar is an aspect of the divine force. And the aspect of the divine force is of critical importance. So yes, they built temples. Temples have us remember things that are important. I told you about the lady who is actually in the harbor between New York and New Jersey. Millions of people go visit her every year. No one's arguing that she is a real person.
That's Iftar. That's Iftar.
I am not finished. I am not.
No, you keep doing that is Iftar. We don't skip the rules here, man. We don't go around and cut.
Can you please speak to your dude?
Brother, you've been interrupting me all through this whole goddamn debate. The one time I do it now, he going a hissy fit. Cut it out, Jabari. You've been interrupting me through this whole debate. It's been my time to speak. You've been trying to help moderate and all that. You ain't been just sitting your ass back and being a debater. So the minute I say I correct you on something, now he throwing a hissy fit and crying to the moderator. All this shit is a fucking rigged tactic y'all got going on in this debate right here, man. Hell, look, y'all supposed to have y'all asses out the way. I'm supposed to be sitting up here going into my information, telling these people about my information about how these people believe that this Osiris was a deity, the rituals, the cuss, all that. And he supposed to be saying, no, look, everybody, they just looked at it as a principle and going to his information. But y'all got us in some old shit where we just like a presidential debate, everybody. Yeah, Mr. Hayes, could you tell me about what you're going to do for the economy this year? You know, well, yeah, ma'am, I'm going. That ain't how it's supposed to go. I'm coming out ready to bang. The hell going on here, Daniel Rue? And then King Seth just talking and talking and talking. You ain't told him to be quiet once. Then you cut into my first 5 minutes. Because when I started going to some information you didn't want to hear, you trying to, you got to get back on track. You don't know where I was going with my train. No, Daniel Haru, I hope you have gotten better over the years because you talking about you want us to come over your show and do some kind of demonstration. I hope you learn from this. This was a horrible moderating job. This was a horrible setup. We had gotten better over the years, but this right here was horrible. This was a trial and run. Y'all changing shit up during the debate. All right, Kareem, please and thank you.
Because he's not supposed to interrupt me during my time.
That's right. How would you discipline Jeremiah, brother? Yeah. Come on, brother.
So
other than that,
how much time do you have left?
You have 3 minutes and 41 seconds.
Now that means the clock is still going because you just said I had 50. Now you said 41.
Look at now he crying about time. I mean, this dude's a joke.
Interrupted in 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes. We'll start from there. Every time you interrupt, the clock stops. And I'm gonna take.
Look at these clowns, man. They really rigging this shit right before your eyes, y'all.
Yeah, I was answering when I was interrupted. And so I want you to understand here that the concept of the divine is powerful. And your ancient African ancestors viewed it that way. So of course there are temples that are consecrated to people that to divine forces that supposedly these folks thought were very important. I want to just read something really quickly from the Ryu Pert and Ruin Gear. This is the book of Coming Forth by Day from Night. It has been misnomered the Book of the Dead. This is from what we usually call the chapter of the deification of the members. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want you to hear part of it. It says here, I am Ra. This is the person who's died, by the way, saying that they are Ra. I am Ra, who established those who praise me. I am the knot within the tamarisk tree, more beautiful in splendor. We move down a little bit further. My hair is of new. My face is of Ra. My 2 eyes are of Heru. My 2 ears of Apuwat. My nose of Ketcheps. My 2 lips are of Anbu. My teeth are of Kepera. My neck is of As the divine. My 2 hands are of Kemenu, the divine. I want to go a little bit further down and read this section here. I am yesterday, seer of million of years, my name traveling twice along the way of Heru, the judge. Yeah, I think that's enough to read. I want you to understand what's being said here. It is actually being said that you are divine, that in all portions of you are divine. These divine forces that we are mentioning are not literal people. But that doesn't make them less powerful. They are mythological, but that in fact makes them more powerful than history. History is something that occurred once. Myth is something that is always occurring. It explains how the very nature of the universe exists. And so when I hear Jeremiah say they think they were just principles, he's missing the point. Principles are very important. Very, very important. And so this is
all right, Kareem, you about to can you pause it real quick, or you ain't about to pause?
Abrahamic traditions need to understand.
All right. In relating to the concept of the divine, he always talking about the concept of divine. It says the definition of that is of. It says of or relating to God or a God, divine will. Jabari, you're gonna use a definition. Use it right. Being in praise of God is definition number 2 of the divine. Stop trying to play word games, bro. It says, listen, here it is again. The concept of the divine. Of or relating to God or a God, divine will, Jabari. I don't think, did they teach you that at Cornell? Did you miss that today? This is something that 5th graders should know. How do you use a definition and it got God in it? Let me say it to you one more time, Jabari. Of or relating to God or a God, divine will. 2, being in praise of God, religious, holy, divine worship. Like a God, the pharaohs of ancient Egypt were considered divine. When we say divine, of or relating to God or of God's divine will. The will of God is his principles, is his attributes, is what he has to offer to the world. We are imitation of that divine. We're God-like, but we're not the creator. So yes, those people did believe in a divine creator, a one and all. And they always try to connect to it spiritually, even if they use Heka and magic, as you profess that you do. Go ahead, Sister Kramer. Please and thank you. This was, hey, Daniel Haru, this was the most unorganized debate I've ever been in my life. I'm ready, Kareem.
Have to also understand that that early Christianity was not necessarily that way either. This is something that happened when more Europeans took hold of Christianity. And
why is he talking about Christianity, y'all?
But patriarchal. And so now, African, you need to free your mind. Let the tongue take the European out of your head. Why is it you can only understand African tradition through European eyes? You need to stop. I've been a practitioner of Kemetic spirituality for 28 years. I am telling you that the ancient one and the common and the modern people understood that were not talking about literal people. That doesn't make them less powerful, it makes them more powerful. Imagine not being confined by a physical form. Imagine if I could be anywhere at any time that I wanted to be. Wouldn't that be more powerful than a physical frame? This flesh
Karima,
and
this
bones?
one more time,
Will
please, if
these
you by the phone.
principles are
I'm
even more?
sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. He keeps using this divine. Here's another definition, y'all. What does divine mean? Divine, Jabbar, you gotta stop using this word, bro. All right? Here, hold up. Hold up. These cookies in the way. What the hell that shit is? All right. Divine. What does divine mean? Divine is a word used to describe something or someone that has the qualities of a god or deity. This is a quick, easy Google search. Please take this definition out of your vocabulary, trying to sound smarter than what you is. Look, I'm gonna read it to you again, Jabari. Divine is a word used to describe something or someone that has the divine qualities of a god or deity. The word can also refer to a specific god, a supreme being, or a universal power. The hell you talking about, bro? They didn't teach you that at Cornell? Get your money back. All right, Kareem. I mean, this is elementary.
That is what I get, brother.
I'm just saying, the kids elementary should know this, and he up here acting like he using words, don't even know the definition of it. It's killing them with his own words.
Okay, and your time is up. Judah, it is your turn.
All right, you can rebut for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Look at him. Shut up.
All right. I get a minute rebuttal. I'm gonna tell you like this, Mark.
Yeah, he get a minute rebuttal.
And you're not being honest with the people that you teach, the people that follow you on here, because you are trying to get into the afterlife with Osiris. That is what the Kemetic believe in. Ain't no getting around. They believe in an afterlife. They want to go to the hall of my aunt to get their heart rate weighed, see if it's less than a feather. And if they didn't less than a feather, they got devoured by a demon called the devourer. If not, if their heart was lighter than a feather, they went to the afterlife with Osiris. They went to the afterlife. They took little bitty clothes with them to do the work for them in the afterlife. You know this. They took little bitty figurine clothes with them and a spell that came with it. And that spell activated these little clones to do the work for a god. So they didn't look at them as they looked at them as literal God in this afterlife.
Barry, would you like to start your rebuttal?
Playing games, man.
No, he don't. No, hold on.
Hey, stop, Kramer. Stop. Why in the hell, Daniel Haru, am I only getting a 1 minute to get into my act? Jabari gets 4 or 5 minutes. This is the most unorganized debate I've ever been a part of in my life. Ever. And I pray when me and Kamisha come over there and a couple other ones that you want us to come over there to have another conversation with Jabari, that you be more fair. Because this right here is bad, bro. How in the hell are you asking me asking me Bible questions and the topic is about Osiris? And she's asking him questions about Kemet, which I know you gave to her because she know nothing about Kemet. She's a timekeeper. I didn't pay attention to it back then. But today, and I already told you this a couple weeks ago, this shit was rigged. I said a really long time ago during the debate, if you listen to me, why are we talking about this? I want to get to my information. I don't care about you and her questions. Ask your questions after the debate. She's a timekeeper. You're the moderator. Meaning if I say something when he's speaking, you be like, hey, JJ, chill out. If he says something when I'm speaking, you be like, hey, Jabari, chill out. Other than that, you get your ass out the way. You didn't cater the debate to questions in your goddamn mind, and you ain't even making it fair because you're asking me questions about the Bible. You and Jabbar should be ashamed of yourself, man. And this is why I talk about y'all to this day about this situation. All right, Karima, let's get it going.
Jeremiah.
That was for a rebuttal of what he said.
I know
Yes.
you got, you did the rebut, but
No, you were correct, Jeremiah. I don't get to rebut you now. I get to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Now, keep in mind that the way we
Stick to the topic now. Stick to the whole
the topic is the SAR. I mean,
Right. Right. Stick to the damn topic. No more Bible questions.
How am I asking you about a SAR? You still call him Osiris, which is a Greek name.
Just brother, ask the question and keep it on topic. We don't want no Bible questions.
How do I ask?
And I call Inquisitor his Atlantean name, and you know nothing about it.
What second?
Daniel Haru, why is King Seth moderating and you ain't?
We have to stop. All right, go ahead.
Let me ask my question.
It's time for him to ask his question now.
Let me ask my question. Let me ask my question. And let me say that I never used the word thought. He did. I used the word thought. I never used Inquisitor. Oh, let me go ahead and ask my question.
Go ahead.
I would like for you to explain whether you agree with the following passages. I'm not going to read the passage, it would take too long. But I want you to explain whether you think. Because this has nothing to do with the star, right? Am I finished? Am I finished? I'm not finished. You need to wait.
Karima, can you stop this, please? If you close, please. Y'all see this, y'all? Why is this man asking me Bible questions? And you swear up and down, you think you stayed on topic? Even in that bubble brain head of yours, you can be like, okay, yeah, we are talking about Kemet. Why am I asking JJ about the Bible? And did you hear what I said? I said, bro, you asked me about a star? And did you see how he snapped at me? This little condescending goddamn dude can't even stay on topic. Had the shit rigged with Daniel Haru, who's King Seth, buddy. Seth and Haru, they came as a pair. That's how I met them together, because they were trying to jump Black Jesus. Black Jesus, kind of tagged me to the situation, and that's how I met them. We've been cool ever since. But Daniel Haru, you cannot be an organizer and be this blind to the eye of what was going on unless you were a part of it. Busted years later. But I already had figured it out. Remember, I always said this to you, but you use busted really before years later. But now I'm bringing it out to the public. This is why Jabari didn't want nobody to see this, because it shows you he don't know how to stay on topic. Why are you talking about the Bible, everybody? Anybody in the chat, go ahead. Ask, is Jabari staying on topic by asking me about the Bible in a comedic debate about Osiris? This is a shame, Jabari. This is why I say you lost this debate. Because you hear JJ pleading, come on, man, let's get to the topic. Can I get into my information? They jumping in on my time. They done fed Tiffany questions about Kimmy that she know nothing about. Tiffany is our timekeeper. God bless her, hallelujah, praise her. She's one of our best timekeepers next to Karima back in the day. Sometimes she get a little distracted. But hey, that's no shot at you, Tiff. Yeah, we appreciate you. Come on back home too, girl. I mean, sister. But I will not let you be under the rules and influence of Daniel Haru in any organization of a debate. Now Daniel's trying to set some things up when we come over to his platform in the next week. We're gonna definitely monitor how I roll. Daniel, I will be on the panel with you. I don't think you're ready to handle a whole panel by yourself, my friend. JJ stays out of the way when I'm handling things with the people when they come on. I don't do this. This is, anybody's watching, y'all know this had to be the most unorganized debate in Lions Den history. I should have stepped in, but and try to be like, okay, well, how we got this? So I left into the hands of Daniel Rue because I was the debater. I'm gonna stay out the way. I'm trying to put responsibility into y'all hands. I don't always have to do things. That's how I was trying to set it up. And this is what happened. And I'm glad we got better over the years. But come on, man. This was some bias. This is more some bias shit going on. Because this is how I know it was set up. Because Tiffany do not know anything about Kemet. How can she ask Jabari Kemet questions? No. She was timekeeper. Daniel, you gave her those questions, and you made up in your mind that you want to debate me on a different debate in the debate by asking me biblical questions. You shame yourself, man. All right, Karima, let's watch more of this debauchery. But like I said, if you're asking me questions, Jabari, about the Bible, you're off topic, you lose points. All right, watch this, y'all. Let's see. Hold on, before we start, let's see if Jabari asks JJ7000. Inquiring minds want to know if he asks JJ7000 any questions about Kemet. Let's see where these guys, when we go to the debates that's outside of the Bible, let's see if they can stay on topic, debating outside of the Bible. Let's see what he does. Go ahead, Karima. Please and thank you.
I'm not doing anything legitimately. I'm trying to ask a question, but he continues to interrupt. And I think, no disrespect, since you need to say something to him because he's not going to respect me. Jafar, you need to say to him, stop.
I got my book. I got it.
All right, Jeremiah. So it is Jabari's turn
He
to
can
ask
talk right now.
questions.
He just.
And then you'll have 5 minutes to respond, all right?
I would like for Jeremiah to tell me whether he thinks that Moses was incorrect, was wrong, for telling people that if a woman was going to be married and found not to be a virgin, that she could be stoned on the doorstep of her father. Was Moses wrong? Do you agree with his proclamation, his law?
Jeremiah, you have 5 minutes.
What year and time is this supposed to be? We live in a different time, right? Stoning, hey, you know what? Stoning was going on back then. If you mess up, you're going to get stoned. Point blank, period. That's what was going on back then. It's a different time. So you can't sit here and try to use a different time to what we living in today. We don't do stoning in 2019, brother. So why is that question even relevant in 2019? How about cheating? I don't know, get up and talk. I can answer that real quick. No, that shit don't fly in 2019 because different laws in the land right now.
I asked if you think he was wrong.
Whoa, it's my turn. Can somebody tell him to not talk when I'm talking?
Jabari, stop talking, Jabari. Cut the time. Start the time back. Start the time back.
Man.
You got to run the time back. He interrupted him. Fair is fair.
Right, run my time back.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
I thought you said 4. I thought you said 4 minutes when he interrupted.
Hey, Karima, pause it right there, please. This dude is the most undisciplined, crying, whiny guy. Jabari, you don't see yourself, bro? I got to point the mirror to all you guys. This shit do not work. This shit do not fly. This behavior. You're supposed to be the standard. You and Chris Harris be doing some stuff and swearing up and down like we just don't catch it. But you sit up there with your legs crossed and you doing more interrupted and crying than anybody in this damn debate. I have sit here and lost time. I sit here and just sat there and let y'all talk. I sit here and let y'all change the debate 4 or 5 different times. And all I want to do is get into my information. And I still went along with your biblical questions in a comedic debate, but Tiffany is asking him questions about Kemet so he can go into his spiel and explain why they're just principles in his eyes. But it ain't set up for me to even get into my spiel because we're going to ask him Bible questions. Hell wrong with y'all, man. Y'all can't win. Y'all can't get the information out fair. Daniel Haru and Jabari, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Damn. And then that I'm talking, he still can't shut his goddamn mouth. And then you want to try to, you guys need more discipline. Yeah, y'all got to cut that shit out, man. I'm about tired of wasting time with y'all, man. If this the way it's going to be, how you going to sit here and act like you are so sophisticated and educated and can't even have enough discipline and decorum to shut your goddamn lip? All right, Kieran, watch him interrupt again. Watch this.
I'm still talking, everybody. Can somebody tell him? I am getting. You can pause the time. I need some clarity from the moderator. He's talking about the time. He's talking about Canada. Yeah, I need some. You can pause this time. I need some clarity from the moderator.
Why do he need clarity in the middle of my time to speak, everybody?
So he can interrupt, but Judah can't interrupt him, but he can interrupt Judah. He can interrupt Judah, but Judah can't interrupt him. Come on, Mr. Heru. Come on, Mr. Heru. Do your job.
Let's get back on point, Jamar. Now, you said something about Jeremiah. Hold on. You talk about stoning.
Man, look at King Self. Look at King Self in the way.
Right. And we're not going to sit here and call it anything.
Right. I'm trying to be.
We got sisters on the line. We're not going to do that. Right. Jeremiah, this is your platform. We're trying to make this as good as we want people to be able to come to your platform.
Did he just interrupt me, King Shop, or did I?
Nah, he don't see that he just interrupted me, y'all. Y'all see this bullshit?
I'm trying to get back to it. Hey, okay, so how much time does he have? I don't need that much time to answer that question. Ask me about the stoning. This whole Jeremiah, I'm talking to the moderator. How much time does he have?
I reset it to 4 minutes because he was interrupted.
Okay, 4 minutes. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting ready for this thing. I don't know why this Chicago thing. I'm gonna set it for 4 minutes.
Boy, I'm trying my best to keep my cool, y'all. Y'all just don't even know.
And I'm gonna show it on the clock so you can see where the time is. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, y'all ready? Let's do this. Right. Now, all right, go. Go. Yes. The lines there, and hashtag JJ7000. Back. You see what I'm saying? And what's going on right here? Yeah, did you right? Don't be stealing my catchphrases now. Now, see, this is what's going on. This guy, he really don't want to talk about his side. I don't know why we talking about Moses damn stoners. 2019, we don't do that no more. Because if we want to talk about some old stuff, we can talk about what y'all used to do by putting crocodile dung in your cookies and all that type of stuff that women did. Well, how is Moses on the same topic as the Osiris? Let's
You see what I'm saying? Cream pause it real quick.
He asked me about stoning.
Right.
You see, Daniel Haru? You can't even be quiet in my 4 minutes. Off topic, but I'm talking about Kemet practices, brother. Since y'all want to talk about the Bible. Bro, why you there? You like that was like a running back. No, what they call that? A defensive back coming in the way, hitting me from the blind side. Bro, get out the way, bro. That's what you told me. No, this is Jabari show. That's what you told me. Off topic. Did you even think that those questions that Jabari was asking was on topic? How did you know that me talking about Kemet was off topic? Does that make any sense to anybody out there that's listening? Think what he just said. I'm bringing up stuff about Kemet, which is the Bible is talking about Kemet, this debate is talking about Kemet and their practices. JJ bringing up stuff about Kemet, and the first thing this guy said off topic. The title of this debate is a Kemet title. Was Osiris a deity or just a principle? Right? Jabari is asking me Bible questions, and so is Daniel Haru. They gave Tiffany questions to ask him about Kemet, but she don't know nothing about Kemet. She was just there for the timekeeper. This is how I know he's set up. A damn shame, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself, man. This is bad, Daniel Rule. So we're hoping that next week when we come over to your platform, that it doesn't go like this. We're not gonna let it go like this. Trust and believe me, I'm gonna be more aware. I was just trying to get through this debate. I wanted to get through my information. I answered your biblical questions. But now that I get to talk about Kemet, the first thing you say is off topic. And I've been telling you the whole time, can we talk about the topic? Wow. Look in the mirror, Daniel Rule. I'll be sending this to you in the morning if you ain't seen it. All right, Kareem, let's get it. Please, thank
The same topic as this guy that he prayed to Osiris. But I'm gonna roll with it because Jeremiah.
Jabari was able to switch to the Hebrews when he was talking. I saw it. He switched to the Hebrews, so there's nothing wrong with him switching to the Cometics.
Okay, stop the clock, sister. Okay. I think that they failing to understand the format we had, right? You were going to ask questions about Osiris, and of course, he's not going to ask about questions of Osiris. He's going to question him about his rules that come down from the Hebrew. That was the format. Now, I thought he was supposed to prove Osiris is a much better he intended. You cannot question him without him being able to question you. And then, if both you interrupt, if you interrupt, and you have to put 4 minutes back on his time, and then he interrupts you, it's not like tit for tat. It's like, oh, well, look what he did to me when everybody was interrupted. The moderators are here, and there's more than 2 right now. Just keeping everybody in line. So stop. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on. We can spot for the question. Just ask the question, answer it, rebut, and then ask the next question. Okay. Watch this. Okay, now, he asked me about stoning in 2019, and would that be, how do I feel about stoning in 2019? To me, when I see all these homosexuals running around and all these gay temples, and all over America that the Cometics has got going, I would love to sit on top of a building and stone them all. So yes, I support stoning back then, and Jeremiah Judah will go on the record and say he supports stoning in 2019. Bring it back. Let's make America great again. There you go. There you go, Jabbar. I asked you the question. I'm trying to be honest. Don't bring your face back into the camera.
Yeah.
Shall I start the timer for 1 minute for the rebuttal?
Go ahead. That's why I say I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, let me start the timer. Let's see. All right, 1 minute, go.
I'm enjoying this, Jabbar, just so you know.
Why is he rebutting my question? Kareem, stop for 1 second. Kareem, stop for 1 second. Why is he rebutting my questions I asked? Why you supposed to be asking him a question? But he gets to rebuttal off my question. Y'all see this shit? Why is he rebutting off my question? Daniel Haru. Why ain't the panel asking him a question? This shit was all out of order. Thanks, Kareem.
Please. For the rebuttal, let him rebuttal.
Let me be absolutely clear
So
here.
now he's going back to the Bible, y'all.
Cheering a black man who was quoting Donald Trump. That's really sad.
Stick to the topic. Stick to the topic.
He says that there are gay Kemetic temples all over America. This brother ain't been near, close to, or seen a Kemetic temple.
Why is he rebutting my question, Daniel?
I remember going to one. You're right.
Jeremiah, you can go ahead and start your rebuttal.
No, Jeremiah does not get a rebuttal. I was rebutting him.
You weren't supposed to get one.
Ask me a question.
You see what I'm saying? Now he's telling them how to run the show.
You can go ahead and ask your question, Jeremiah.
a negative 42 confessions, is that for the here and now, or is that designed for the afterlife?
Jabari, 5 minutes.
I don't know if I need 5 minutes for that, but let's
Damn, he get 5 minutes? What the hell?
many descriptions
Hold on,
of
stop,
how
Kramer.
one
Stop,
should
stop,
live a
stop,
life according to
stop,
Muhammad, a life in
stop. Now he get 5 minutes. See, all this is out of whack, Daniel Haru. And then when did he get to the rebuttal? Y'all asked me a question. Then he get the rebuttal off what I said. And then if I said, well, let me rebuttal back. When he said, no. Jabari says, nope. I mean, come on, man. This was horrible. All right, Kramer.
And the negative 42 confessions, which we actually see in its latest form, the form that he's describing in the new kingdom, when Kevin is actually very, very old. Those descriptions don't well describe all of Kemetic spirituality, but I will say to you that if you look at the spirit of those laws, you'll get a sense of what you should be doing. So, for example, it says, do not waste water. And I want to be clear that we need to be clear about what does that mean, not wasting water? What does it mean that you're not going to waste your resources, that you're going to be frugal about the things that the Neteru, that the divine forces have given you to live? So that's one way that you can look at the 42 laws, but there are several different laws. You can look at the maxims of Patahotep. You can look at the instructions of Amenemho. By the way, as he would like to make fun of Kemetic law, I want you to know that the instruction of Amenemho is the origin of much of the book of Psalms, the Proverbs, I'm sorry. So I want to be really clear that what we are seeing is hypocrisy. These laws were good enough for the Hebrews to steal 8 of them, but they like to speak ill of them. This is the way that people who
Stick to the topic. Stick to the topic. That's off topic. You're going off topic. Stop the time. Stop the time. That was off topic. That was off topic, brother.
We were talking about Osiris or...
No, we were talking about the 42 laws.
Right. We was not talking about Psalms. He started talking about Psalms and us.
Jeremiah asked him about the 42 laws, and he's responding to the 42 laws.
That's not what he asked him. That's not what he asked him.
I said, are they 42 signs for the here or the afterlife? That was my question.
That's what he asked. He didn't ask about Psalms. He didn't ask about our Bible. He didn't say nothing about Psalms.
And I am answering the question. I have said nothing that is not part of that.
You said you went to Psalms, brother. You went to Psalms.
I want to be really clear that he says, are these useful for now or for the afterlife? And I am being clear that not only do I find them useful, but so should he, because he's living according to the Decalogue. And 8 of those laws come from the 42. So yes, they are useful for today, and they will get you into the afterlife. That is what I am That is directly. This brother has no discipline whatsoever.
None. And he not only, hold on, Jabari. Not only is he interrupting you, but the other brothers interrupt. And the other brothers right
All right. No, hold up. No, hold up. Seth did the same thing. Seth did the same thing. We got it on camera. Seth did the same thing too. Seth did, and you did the same thing too. You did the same thing. Seth is not a moderator, but he came in a few times.
Now all of a sudden, it's me that's been interrupted. Jabari, we didn't watch this whole show. Daniel Haru, you had that King Set talk all night. And now all of a sudden Neo is seeing what I'm seeing. Now, oh yeah, it's been, and Jabari talking about, yeah, he been interrupting all night. So the other brother. Man, that's fake as hell, man. Damn rigged ass debate. You got King Seth on here chilling because he's a Jabari fan. You got you You was a Jabari fan, and you got Jabari just over here trying to control, trying to debate and tell the timekeeper that JJ don't get a rebuttal, but you getting rebuttals. Yeah, he getting rebuttals off my answer, my questions. I mean, come on, bro. You was a hot mess in this damn debate, bro. You know. All right, Kareem, let's get it. This is sad, Jabari and Daniel Haru. Now they want to come to
Now hold up. I got it on camera. I'm recording. You see the camera right here. You see it?
Hold on. Listen.
It's right here.
You asked me about whether the 42 laws are applicable today or in the afterlife. I am answering that. I have said nothing that doesn't fit within those parameters. That was the question. That was the question. I am talking about why they are applicable, and I said they must be applicable because we got 8 of them from them. That is exactly an answer to the question. I don't know why you were interrupted, and in fact, perhaps you were not listening to the question. I am answering the question. That is it. That is it. That is it. So stop interrupting if you don't know what the conversation is.
No, you started talking about Psalms, brother. Psalms had nothing to do with the fucking question. Miss me with the bullshit. I understood the question. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. Psalms had nothing to do with it. No, hold up. Hold up. No, stop the timer. 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 Let me talk. Because when you got to talk answering your question, you kept going to the Bible. You kept going to the Bible. That was permitted for you to do that. But when Jeremiah said, hold up, bro. Hold up. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Hold up. It's going to take longer if you keep interrupting me. It's going to take longer. It's going to take longer if you keep interrupting me. It's going to take longer if you keep interrupting me. It's going to take longer if you keep interrupting me. Okay? I will keep going. Daniel, I will keep going. 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 I will keep going, bro. I will keep going, bro. I will keep going, bro.
Hey, y'all see me being quiet? Was that the end of it, Kareem? Kareem.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me say this. He talked about the Bible, it was okay. But when Jeremiah Judah said anything about the Kemetic science, y'all said off topic. But he keeps jumping off topic too. Oh, you motherfucking liar. You motherfucking liar. Every time he said anything about Kemetic science, you said it was off topic.
That right there disqualified him. I'm supposed to be talking about Kemet. And I'm talking about Kemet, and he telling me
it's off topic. Get back to the topic. Just get back to the topic. You don't have to bring nothing else up. Get back on topic and stay on topic. Fuck that. Get back on topic and stay on topic. Mr. Haru. Please control yourself, Mr. Haru.
I wasn't trying to sign in on a moderator.
But you did, bro. You did. You did.
I did because they was giving undisciplined.
But you did. If you can, then why can't I? All right, that's all I'm saying. I'm not tripping. Let's get back to business. Okay. Stay on topic.
Okay. Now, from this point, no one can talk to either speaker except for the moderator. Right? If you're using a reference is different than getting on topic when it's tied.
That's what Kemetic priests did. They showed people coffin text and primary text to help them in that transition to the afterlife. But you weren't trying to make believe like this afterlife is not real. How can you be a Kemetic priest and an atheist at the same time? That makes no sense. And then you want to sit here and teach these people you was not. You want to act like we are so religious, and you guys are not. You want to tell us that we recognize our Bible, and our Bible is centered around Africa. everything about the Bible has everything to do with Africa. So don't get on here and act like the Bible is an anti-black African African book or whatever you want to call it. You said it's created by the white. Yeah, where's your brother? Be quiet.
Hold on, tonight. Y'all gotta do with the. But out there, we got moderators.
All right, stop for 1 second, Kareem. Stop right there. Stop right there. And this is why another reason why I feel Jabari has lost this debate. Bro, you got to ramble for 5 minutes at a time. And then finally, when y'all finally hear me get the flow, this is y'all first time really hearing me go in. Am I lying? No. And here he come. And then here come King Seth. Well, you know, they got moderators for that. Shut the hell up, King Seth. You've been talking all through the damn debate. Damn. Y'all committed, brother, ought to be ashamed of yourself how y'all acted in this debate. Now, I know it's been a couple years back, man, but god damn. Jabari ain't been want to show this debate to nobody. He recorded it too. I wouldn't want to show nobody this neither when you trying to run around as a personification of excellence and dignity and class and sophistication. And I went to Cornell when you acting like a nigga nut. And then try to switch the blame over to JJ. And y'all sit back. I point out, look at me being quiet, y'all. Now that I'm going into my flow, finally, you got to run your trap. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. All right, Kareem. I hope y'all paying attention to what I'm saying. I'm not just making this up. I know you Jabari lights are out there and don't see he can do nothing wrong. That ain't how it's going on in this debate, bro. This whatever they call it. But I'm still persevering. I'm still staying strong. I'm still dealing with it. Because I'm used to that. I got to go through a lot of stuff like this to win debates on different platforms. But I'm at home on this. This is what's shocking to me. I'm in the lion's den, believe it or not, in this debate here. But that's what I'm saying. I left the debate, put the hands on one of the comedics, and this was what happens. Okay. Let's start it up, Karima.
Think that y'all just conjured up.
He's doing a real good moderator.
Look, he's still talking, y'all.
Come on. This is supposed to be a dialogue. He's going on for 4 minutes.
Look at this dude.
He's going on with 4 different topics. How can I respond to that?
I thought I get to go for 5 minutes and then you go for 5 minutes.
See, look, stop. Look, now I don't get a 5 minutes, y'all. Jabari only gets the 5 minutes. No. Daniel Haru don't see it. Now he thought it's just a dialogue, everybody. This is why I say Jabari lost this debate. Even after all that. And he seen me getting into my information. He has to jump in and make a distraction. And then when he distracts, that's the key for Daniel Haru to jump in. Because remember, they're working together. The reason what busted him is that when Tiffany is asking Jabari a Kemetic question, she don't know nothing about no Kemet. She's a timekeeper. I said, okay, Tiffany timekeeper, you moderate Daniel Haru. They didn't came up with all this other shit, knowing damn well they didn't seen plenty of our debates before this debate. And people do 3 rounds, a 10 or 15 minute worth of time, and 3 questions afterwards. That's what I came to prepare for the debate. That's how I came. They didn't work some more other stuff up, like a presidential style format. Like me and him running for office. You know, they sit there and they got the moderators out there asking the questions. The hell up out of here. How do I engage in my information like that? And then the crazy part, y'all asking me questions about the Bible. And then when I get to talk about Kemet, Daniel Haru says I'm off topic. Yeah, see yourself. I want y'all to see this. Because, hey, it's got to get better when we engage with y'all again, man. This is horrible. This is why Jabari runs. Because he can't control himself. All right, Sister Kareem, start it back up, please, and thank you. It's almost over.
I thought that was a freestyle.
15 minutes.
No, freestyle.
Are you on a soliloquy, or are we gonna have a dialogue? He's going on to four separate topics.
That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna present my case to the people for 5 minutes, and then you're gonna get on here.
That is not what we agreed on. No.
See what I'm saying? Look, he's scared. He was scared. I said, I'm gonna present my information 5 minutes, and you're gonna do yours. That's not what we agreed on. I let y'all know he was scared. Me, I never agreed to that format of that style of debate. The hell up out of here. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. Y'all didn't even know what the hell was going on. Kareem, what you think about that? I'm gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, I already, man, it was a mess. It wasn't even a debate. It was like he was trying to have a discussion, get his information out, and then, yeah, off topic a lot of times. Yeah.
Who was causing the most confusion at debate? Who had the most decorum in that debate? Me or Jabari? What you watching? And I mean, you can tell me the truth. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Go ahead and mute my mic.
I mean, you already seen it. It was pretty much everybody else. It wasn't even done right. We didn't know who was the moderator. Timekeeper was asking questions. Yeah, it was all over the place. No, you did.
Did Daniel Haru not know that King Seth was not a moderator? Come on.
Yeah. He started off moderating, and then King Seth, I don't know where he fell off, and then King Seth started moderating, and then, yeah.
Did Daniel Haru say, King Seth, I'll be back, moderate?
No.
Did Daniel Haru was there a lot of times when King Seth just kept jumping in. We seen this. It's so horrible. So, but then Jabari wants to come run around the community. Yeah, JJ, when you get some discipline to come, bro. No, you showed your ass, bro. You act like you was on Sarnetta where you could do all that. You came in the lines then and just didn't even take your shoes off. Just did what Jabari wanted to do. The timekeeper even said, she said, well, JJ, you can rebuttal. He said, no. But then you rebutted off one of my questions. I never got a 5-minute flow except once. You got about 2 or 3 5-minute flows. So don't try to act like you got treated unfairly. No, I did. And then when it was your turn to ask me questions, you asked me questions about the Bible. You never asked me what, JJ, what do you feel that makes you feel that these people believe that this Osiris was a god? You never asked me nothing like that. You had the opportunity. So you lost this, bro. Even with all the defensive backs and your linebackers, your linemen, you still lost this, bro, because you had the opportunity to ask me a question about Kemet, and you went to the Bible. And then y'all heard me continuously, can I get into my information? And they kept blocking it. But he got to talk about what principles and stuff. Bro, you lost this shit, bro. And you scared to really get in the real ring. I mean, you're scared with a better format to talk about this situation because you cannot get around the retainer sacrifices. What time is it? Tomorrow I'll be showing you the videos where National Geographic went to these, I think it was in Abydos, and they found these grave sites. One of the first pre-dynastic pharaohs, his name was Aha. And they found in some of these burials 35 to 36 heads chopped off from the ages of 25 and younger. And when I had Jabari on the show the other day, he said, well, that don't really mean anything. That's not a coincidence, Jabari. That's because these people believe that this afterlife was real, and they believe that they were going to go be with Osiris. And with that being said, the Lion's Den shows you once again who has the decorum in both of these videos with those earlier Jezebels that they had on the first show, and with Daniel Hebrew and Jabari. Y'all gonna stop playing with 7,000 names. With that being said, Shalom Blakatah. We out.